It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 28th, 2023. I have to double check my math. God, June's over, huh?
Yeah.
Welcome to the program. We are live today. How's everybody doing?
Good. Woo.
If you look at our Instagram page, and I'll promote this a lot during the day, at the Mike Calta Show, at the Mike Calta Show, you will see how much Tom Brady hates Gio.
Oh, come on, man.
I came across that picture today, and I was like, let us never forget. This is our 9/11.
Why you got to bring that up?
The moment that Tom Brady started hating Gio was...
Yeah,
that's right.
I was going to say, yeah.
It's all your fault. Now we all suffer.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I drove by the stadium yesterday. Let's go. Time to start, places that, just go, you have a groundskeeper, and the groundskeeper goes, hey, in about 30 days, we got to put a fresh coat of paint on this thing. It's time to put a fresh coat of paint on.
Is Brady still in the stadium?
No, they took that down pretty quick. It's Levante David and Devin White on one side.
I think Mike Evans is on the other.
Chris Godwin's on the other, and I don't know. There's one corner I didn't get to see, so I don't know.
They really should leave Brady on there forever.
Thank you, Tom. We appreciate your pit stop.
Yeah.
We know you didn't want to come here. You wanted to first go to the Raiders, then you wanted to go to Miami, and then you violated all sorts of laws in the NFL to go to Miami. Couldn't do it. Came here and stunk it up the second season, but
Listen,
we appreciate you.
He came here and won a Super Bowl. You could keep him on there forever. By the way, did you see Leonard Fournette with his car catching fire?
That's crazy, man. That thing burnt up. And I don't know. I drove by it and I thought it would be a nice time to start giving that thing a little bit of facelift, get everybody all excited. For
But
football.
did you see? Did you drive past it during the day or at night?
Day.
Oh, so I went past it at night the other night. They got it all 4th of July ready. It's all red, white, and blue.
Oh.
Yeah, with the lights and stuff. It looked cool. It looked like a big American spaceship.
Still love the stadium. I still love the stadium. I love the location. I think it's great. I'm just saying now it's time to put a new coat of paint on.
Well, there's talks about building a brand new stadium.
Oh, come on.
That's starting to happen because the life
know.
of these stadiums is like 25 years, and that's about where it's at. Now Raymond James, when it first opened, was like state of the art. We've hosted several Super Bowls, but now compared to other stadiums, it's way behind. They're also going to make stadiums smaller soon. Like the newer stadium's going to hold less people because a lot of people stay at home.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what happens if that changes?
Well,
Like what?
Since the home viewing experience has gotten dramatically better over the last 2 decades with HD TVs and everybody's got an 80-inch TV in their house, less people go to the games.
Here's what you see what LA has. LA has luxury boxes at eye level on the field.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you seen that?
No.
It's almost like a dugout.
Right.
And it's eye level at the field, and it's a luxury box. Because I found something the other day. Metallica's playing out there, and they were selling spots in the luxury box on the field, and I thought, oh, that would be great. You down there on the field, but you don't have to mess with all the dirties.
I got to tell you, I like the club level. I like the second level club level. I think that's
watch
the
a
best.
game?
Yeah, to watch
100%.
a game because you can see everything and
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I sat up in the top level for you. That's what your tickets are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sat up at the top level for the Super Bowl, and it was fine. I mean, like I could see the whole field, and I was more towards the end zone. It's not a bad experience at all. I mean, if you're looking to see the players' faces and be friends with them and try to make eye contact, yeah, they're terrible seats. But if you want to see the actual game, perfect.
The view is fine. The people are the worst.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's anywhere.
Yeah.
Bunch of women cheering for football.
Oh, how dare they?
Awful.
But also, they always have to be able to put more seats in there for whether it's a concert or the Super Bowl or whatever. They have to be able to jam more.
Well, the south end zone, they added all those seats. Those are going to be gone this coming season for Brady's last season, whatever. But imagine if they built a dome. How great would that be? Air conditioned.
Oh,
Well, I mean, that seems like it would make the most sense because it is too hot. It's too hot to go. The reason I don't like to go to the games is because it's too hot.
If you go to that Mercedes-Benz Superdome in Atlanta, it's amazing. It's air conditioned. It's gorgeous. That's what they should build here.
If you have to make a decision between sitting outside at 100-degree temperature to watch a game or sitting inside and watching it on an 85-inch television, I bought a 75-inch TV the other day for less than $1,000. I mean, like you have no excuse anymore.
You really have to want to go to the game to go to the game.
On a side note, I started yesterday's show by saying Spectrum and I were off to a bad start. Spectrum and I are best friends now. Thank you very much, Spectrum. Yeah,
they
really
sent that lady over?
dude, Galvin, you have to see. I should have took a picture of it. You have to see the thing, the hot lady.
Mm-hmm.
They send you your equipment. They're like, here's your modem, here's your cable box, and here's your router. And it, honestly, Galvin, you have to be a goddamn idiot if you can't figure it out. The only thing I thought about was really old people are never going to get it done. It comes one out of the wall, and then there's a splitter, and then you just split it off there. It was really simple. So I was not getting a signal into the house. That's why it wasn't working. The poor Lord knows the poor lady that lived there before me. She was 100. She may never even had cable or Wi-Fi. But in the guest bedroom, there is a box in there. It had 9 coax cables coming out of it, and it was all like it was protruding out of the wall about 4 inches. It looked like a snake was attacking it. It was just awful. And I walk up to the Spectrum guys and they go, hey, bad news. We got to put like 3 more of these on the wall. And I looked at them and they go, in fact, we're going to cover the whole wall on them. I was like, oh, thank God. I thought you were serious. They broke that thing down and got it out of there and put the signal in. And before you know it, I was watching TV. So I was watching Bay News 9, just waiting for that hot girl to come on. No such luck. But yeah, no, they were great. They were great. So now I have Spectrum in one and Fios in the other. Let's see who's nicer. Let's see who likes me the most. Because right now, Frontier, you already took my my Cinemax away, and you didn't tell me about it. You didn't even have a discussion with me, and you didn't give me anything in its place. And I feel like now I'm getting robbed for some reason. I don't know how much I'm paying, or if I even was paying. But if I was, I feel like I'm getting robbed now. So I have no Cinemax in that through that system.
By the way, we all think you're getting robbed as well because you have no idea how much you're paying, and they're like, this idiot, he has no idea. You're ordering stuff that you don't even have the capabilities for. You know what I mean? You still have like a UHF channel and this. They're like, he's paying for it. I don't know.
I even buy movies twice.
I imagine you still pay for AOL.
Well, you don't. No, I'm just kidding. I ordered a movie in SD one time because it was $2 cheaper than the other one, and now I had to reorder it in HD too. So trying to save $2 cost me another $15.
Yeah.
So last night I got walloped with I can't sleep. Let me watch Top Gun for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
They're never gonna make this mission. They're flying too low and they're not fast enough. I just watched the whole movie.
I think my favorite part out of Top Gun Maverick is whenever they're like, all right, he's out of here. He's not going to be doing it. And Cyclone's taking over the training, whatever. And then Tom Cruise starts doing the mission and they don't even know who it is, whatever. But then obviously they figure out it's Maverick. And the girl goes, nice. Yeah, I love that so much. It's so cheesy and it's so perfect. Top Gun. Like he starts out and she goes, nice.
It's crazy. The plot of that story or the Top Gun Maverick is basically the same as Star Wars.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
Like the trench run on the Death Star is the exact same mission he does.
Yeah. And I love how they are so politically correct that they don't tell you where they're invading or anything.
Yeah.
It's just they have uranium and, you know.
And for some reason, you can get there in 3 minutes from California. This is my favorite part. I don't care what you're doing. I feel like every time I walk in a room, I want to hear,
Walk slow motion around the corner.
Exactly. That right there. Every time I walk out, I just want to hear
Have
that.
the helmet under your arm.
Oh.
Anyway. The other thing I found about Top Gun Maverick that is so enjoyable and believable is the age appropriateness of Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
It's
Everybody.
It's just like Tom Cruise, smoking hot yet older.
Mm-hmm.
She is smoking hot yet older. They were perfect for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now the black dude that is at Top Gun with John Hamm, he was in the original one or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Wolfman?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he was in there.
They really did defy the odds because the long-awaited sequel never pans out for any franchise.
You say that, I disagree.
Very rarely does it ever work.
The great Coming to America.
Oh, Coming to America 2 was so bad. I was very disappointed because I love the original.
It really was bad.
I mean,
I feel like we could have come up with a better idea for
yeah.
that movie.
It's disappointing when you have, like, you can actually get the original cast to agree to come back, and then it's just, you have no story. It's just garbage.
What's funny is that I don't remember what the even the plot was of the story.
Eddie Murphy, Hakeem he finds out he has a son in New York.
And who is the son?
I don't remember who the actor was.
And what was Leslie Jones?
His son.
I
I'm your
right.
son.
That's right. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. I don't remember.
By the way, I was wrong. It's not Wolfman. It's Warlock.
Warlock. That's
What
it.
it was. Yeah.
You
Yeah, I never even watched Coming to America too.
Oh, I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
And they try to redo a lot of the old gags. And
I would say the worst sequel was
Anchorman?
No, Broken Lizard. What the
Oh, dude.
Super Troopers
Yeah.
2?
Super Troopers 2.
Oh.
They literally might as well just had you watch the first one and go,
Yeah.
you guys remember this? Remember when we did this scene? Like they just tried to do it again.
I think sometimes people need money. Like I think those guys might have needed
Yeah,
money.
but those guys did like that Kickstarter thing where they got money from people
Yeah,
to just
I
make
feel,
the
Oh,
I
exact
feel like
same
you're
movie.
losing money. I
Yeah.
feel like you're losing money because you're putting that money up and then people are like, oh, this is no good. And then nobody goes and watches it.
What if they're
Because
like,
the first one was great.
It was
Yeah.
good.
what if they're like, we just don't have the material for it, but we'll tell everybody we don't have the money, and then they gave them the money, and they were like, God damn it.
it was like all the lines that people would always quote from the movie, they made sure
Yeah.
to redo in the sequel.
Really? That is so awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad.
That was awful. Did you get my email? That guy from that movie, Jay Chandrasekhar,
Yes.
is coming.
Yeah.
Which he directs a lot of stuff now.
I knew his name, but I didn't see the Super Troopers movies, so I didn't know. So I sent it to Spanish to see if he would get all excited, and he did not. So we're good there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I do. First, I thought he was the guy that hosted that show on Netflix, and I was like, nope, that's not him.
Dude, he Beer League, him and Beer League, he was
It's the best.
I mean, so good with Monique.
Oh, dude, nothing encapsulates that feeling more of thinking you're drunk and you're
Yep.
the coolest guy ever, but in reality, you're just like,
Did you ever see Beer League?
No, I know.
it's
I
good.
saw some of it.
So they're playing drinking games, and he's just absolutely trash. And he goes in the bathroom, and he looks in the mirror, and he's like, "Hey, looking good." And then, and he comes out, and he's like all super cool. But it was kind of like the Kenny Powers thing, where you see it from his vantage point,
Yeah.
and then you see everybody else, and there's no music, and it's just him going dancing and stuff.
puke on his shirt.
Yeah, he's got the beer case on his head. And all,
Did you ever? I never saw any of those movies, and those guys were in the studio, and we were like, oh boy, what are we gonna? And they came in, they were awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
They were
I was
awesome.
very excited for that when they
Yeah.
came in.
Were you really?
I remember
I had
being
no
like,
idea who they were. And they came in and they were great. And then a week later, they were on Bert's podcast, and they talked about us on Bert's podcast. I was like, oh, and this is like 10 years ago.
Yeah, because that Jay directed all of those, all the Super Trooper and the different thing. He actually did Joe Coy's movie. He directed that. He
okay.
directs. I want to say he did some Modern Families and you know a bunch of different stuff. Yeah.
I don't know what I like anymore. I think you get to a certain age where you're like, I'm only going to see the things I like and do the things I like. And I was like, I don't really want to. I wanted to see new stuff, but not if I think I'm not going to like it. I just don't want to waste my time.
It's funny because I catch myself watching old stuff. Like I'll go through new stuff and go, yeah, I'll just watch this. I watched it 9 times before. You know what I watched last night? The first episode of, because it's on Netflix now. Suits.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Suits is on.
You went back to Suits?
Listen, Suits was a good show to a point, and then it jumped the shark and it was bad. But
Because even the Suits writers were like, we're never going to make it to season 5.
yeah,
You know?
I would say right around season 4, it's like, all right, we don't know what to do now. It's too much, whatever. Because like people laughed and it was just weird, whatever. Yeah, but like the first 4 seasons are good.
Listen, no one is going to defend bad TBS TV more than me. When I was stuck in Japan, and the only thing that I could understand in English was Rizzoli and Isles. And I went, oh, Jesus. And then I watched, I'm like, I can tell you, Rizzoli and Isles, not a bad show.
bad.
Not a bad. I don't know the difference between Isles and Rizzoli, but whatever it was, wasn't such a bad show. I want to say I miss good cop shows, but I don't. I just miss when I thought they were good. Like, I remember the first season of NYPD Blue with the redheaded guy.
Yeah.
Came on and Dennis
Horatio.
Franz.
Yeah.
No, not
No.
Horatio. Yeah, he played Horatio, I think, on the other show.
Yo, yeah, that's right. What was
But
his stupid name?
it was Irish cop. Anyway, David Caruso.
David Caruso.
And I was like, this show is awesome. This was great. I think if I watch it now, I'd be like, whoa.
Can I tell you a show that you absolutely should watch and still stands up and is fantastic from start to finish?
Please tell me the show.
The Shield.
Oh, I know.
Did you already watch?
The Shield with Michael Chiklis?
Yeah, did you watch
I watched
it?
that, yeah.
Walton Goggins is in there too.
Walton Goggins, that's what's so great about him. He plays weird and he plays
Funny.
Baby
Billy.
No, the one I'll tell you what I got to watch is The Wire. We had
Oh,
everybody on
Wire.
Let's watch The
Yes.
Wire.
Yeah.
I think
you have a lot of stuff you do need to watch.
I know, but can
because you
I
need
tell
to
you-
watch The Wire. You need to watch No Country for Old Men. You need to watch
The
a bunch of
Wire
stuff.
seems like it's gonna not scare me, but it's I don't want to be I couldn't watch the rest of that Bryan Cranston show because it gave me too much
Judge?
anxiety.
Breaking
Yeah.
Bad.
No, I love that one.
Your
no,
Honor.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
No,
Honestly, I had a couple times I just shut it. Now I don't.
The
stupid
Wire
kids.
is great because you're disconnected enough where it's in Baltimore, it's gang activity, it's
Right.
all that,
Yeah.
you know, they're murder police and everything. So you're not involved in that. So it's not like you
Okay.
have, you know, anything where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, what if that was my kid or da-da-da. No, it's far enough away from
And like
that.
every season focuses on a different part of crime in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because my kid's an idiot, like the judge's kid was, Your Honor. And,
Yeah.
I thought, I didn't tell you to do this. I told you to do this. And it
Yeah.
just frustrates the hell out of me.
There are a couple episodes of The Wire that, when they're done, you do walk away from the TV going, that's I'm
Gotta
never
be a
going to
rough life.
unsee that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd skip the whole season at the docks.
Jesus, here we
I
go.
thought that was good though. That guy,
Yeah.
that's, you know who that guy is, the main guy in there, the younger guy, that is Liev Schreiber's brother.
Oh, really?
really?
Yeah, because he has done some Law and Orders that were really good.
There was a scene in Sons of Anarchy. Well, there was a whole season of Sons of Anarchy that was done in Ireland, and I don't think that if I wasn't binge watching, I would have made it through that whole season. I would
No,
have been
the
like,
Ireland
I'm done.
season is rough.
Yeah, but there's a season where they set a little girl on fire, and
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't watch the show when it aired. I watched it later, and I remember everybody on Facebook was like, "God damn, Sons of Anarchy, Sons of Anarchy," and I'm like, I don't need that in my life right now.
They set the girl. I mean, spoiler alert. They set the girl on fire in front of her father.
In front of her father,
Yeah.
yeah, and he was not a good father.
Yeah.
It was rough. That was rough to watch. I enjoyed at the end when, well, I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed when the one guy killed the other guy, but I don't,
Yeah.
you know. Anyway,
I missed
welcome
that show.
to shows we kind of like on the Mike Calvin
I'm the
show.
only one that watched Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
I did not watch that.
It was really good.
Was it really?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, Carmen. For a second, I was like, maybe I should watch Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso was very popular. It's not like I'm a big outlier.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this guy is getting arraigned today. This guy's on a subway. This lunatic is going crazy, saying he wants to kill people. He wants to go back to jail. This guy gets up, takes him down. The guy dies. Now this guy's in trouble.
The
We
biggest
used to call those guys heroes.
Yeah.
the biggest takeaway from this is I can't believe that guy's only 20 something.
I know.
he
Yeah,
looks
he
like
does.
he's like 40
Yeah.
something
He's
for
got
sure.
an old man face for sure. It might be that dumb mustache that he has. But I mean, can you just imagine that? And not imagine. I mean, just look at it. This guy's a Marine vet. He's on a subway. This other guy is going crazy, and this guy is like, I can't just sit by and do this. I've been trained to help. And he gets up and he helps, and you know the lunatic actually dies, and now this guy might go to jail.
Yeah.
I
Will
bet all the
probably.
people on the
Yeah.
I bet all the people on the subway were like, thank you, and afterwards. But now they're gonna take him out. I think Kid Rock, that dummy, gave this guy like $100,000 for his legal defense. That I think is good. You know, people are pouring money into this guy, so hopefully,
They had it wasn't GoFundMe, but it was one of those things, and
Right.
he has plenty of money for his defense because a lot of people are like, yeah, this doesn't make any sense, and this guy should not be in jail. I mean, obviously they should have a trial anytime somebody dies in a situation. You want to find out exactly what happened, but I think from what we know, and we don't know all the facts,
Right.
it sounds like this guy was trying to help out. And it wasn't like he was like, I'm going to just murder this
Yeah.
guy. It was, hey, this guy is trying to murder people on the train.
said he was
Yeah.
gonna murder
Yeah.
people.
I think what's gonna get him is that the other guy had no weapon and he didn't touch anybody.
Yeah, but he was saying.
Yeah.
So
but
that right there is a crime. And that is if you just say I'm gonna
Well-
threaten you and say I'm gonna kill you, but say I'm going back to jail. I want to go back to jail.
if I get in your face at a bar and say I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna beat your ass, and you punch me in the face first, you're going to jail.
Not necessarily. If you get in my face and there's a bunch of witnesses that say you threatened me, I mean that's
I don't
the
know.
crime is.
If I said, "Hey,
Trust me.
the guy walked up to me and punched me in the face,"
Yeah, but it depends on who the aggressor is,
Right.
though. If you're saying vocally, you can be the aggressor. You know what I mean?
Right.
And somebody's not going to wait for you to go through with your threat. I'm saying, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder you. I don't care about going back to jail. And you're going towards somebody.
Right.
You're the
you have
aggressor.
a reasonable amount of fear. You're allowed to defend yourself.
I always said that
Especially
if,
here.
If you're the person that physically punches or attacks somebody first, you're the one that's going to jail.
Yeah, but you're saying physically, but in this state, the law, and we'll ask Dom.
In New
Dom's
York?
on today. No,
There
his
literally
state.
is a law menacing. Menacing is you're breaking the law if
Well,
you're menacing and doing that. Yes, I
You
understand
have
what
to
you're
convince
saying.
the jury of
The
that.
majority of the
Yeah.
time,
Right.
the first person to resort to violence is probably going to go to jail. But it's not like this guy said. The Marine said, "I'm going to get up and kill
Right.
this guy or hurt this guy, or whatever." He was defending himself and
Right.
others.
But I'm saying I think what's going to
If you're at the bar and this guy comes up to you and says, "I don't like your face," and I'm gonna punch it in. You got 2 seconds before I punch your face in. I'm gonna punch you in the face. What are you supposed to do? Stay there until he hits you?
I'm not
He's
gonna hit
threatening you. He is threatening to cause you physical harm. You are in a position to defend yourself legally. That is now.
but you're defending yourself against words, not actual physical violence.
Yeah, but he is threatening you, and that is a crime.
So if
he's
somebody-
committing a crime already by threatening you.
So if somebody threatens you, you had free will to then punch them in the face.
Well, no, you can defend yourself.
Well-
So yeah, but I mean, if he's across the room, separated by 50 people, he's like, "Gio, I'm gonna get you one day." That's different from him charging you and saying, "I'm gonna kick your ass." That this is
Yeah,
interesting.
I
we'll
think
ask
it's a
Dom about
gray
this
line for sure.
because no, but trust me, I've been in trouble for yelling at people before.
Right.
I
So once you yell at that person, then they are allowed to physically touch you and take you out because they consider you a threat.
You've committed a crime.
So if you pull up at a stoplight and say, "Hey man, F you, I'm going to run you off the road,"
I think it's a matter of what you say and how close.
Yeah.
Like if you're yelling it from across the room, you could just walk away.
Proximity.
Right. But if Spanish, I got an argument in Spanish was like, I'm going to go to my car and get my bat and come in here and kill you. Well, now when he
would
comes
never.
back, I shoot him. You know what I mean?
In New York State, a person threatening another person with imminent injury without engaging in physical contact is called menacing. A person who engages in the behavior is guilty of aggravated harassment in the second degree, which is a Class A misdemeanor punishable with up to 1 year incarceration probation for an extended time. So, yeah, I mean, that literally is. He was breaking the law.
Yeah.
But he was menacing. Just by making threats and doing that stuff, that is menacing. He's breaking the law.
punishable by death.
Well, the jury, like you were saying, I
Yeah,
think
you got to convince the jury.
huge factors: the jury and where this happened. In Florida,
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty open and shut.
In Florida,
Yeah.
this guy would
He's
be
a hero.
not in jail. He'd be
Yeah.
in 4th of July. He'd be
Right.
out on
Yeah.
the biggest boat, and people would be partying. with him.
Barbecue, yeah, the whole nine.
I just feel they're going to say this guy had no weapon and he didn't touch anybody, and that's going to
Sure, that'll be their defense.
That's going to swing the whole thing.
Yeah, but you know how many people just walk up to people in New York these days and punch them in the
It's
face?
crazy.
Look at the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the
Yeah,
Kids.
Rick Moranis.
Rick
Yeah.
Moranis is walking down the street and some guy just turned and clocked him.
But you can't say, "Well, everybody's doing it."
No, but they did commit a crime.
Right.
You know what I
But
mean?
I'm
Now
saying
you have to
convince
defend yourself
To
against
convince
that.
a jury, you can't just say, "Well, everybody in New York is doing it."
Listen, anybody
just-
who's ever been on a subway and another guy whipped his dong out while you're on there, you're like, I've been there.
Again, but I don't think that's admissible in court.
At Geo on air is where you want to send all your comments.
What?
Listen, it's
Am I
important
saying
always
something
to have.
crazy?
It's important always to have somebody that has an opposite side of the view, or else we'll all just sit here
No.
and stroke each other off and agree with each other.
I'm not saying what the Marine did was wrong.
Right.
I'm saying that I don't think
what the jury will
Yeah,
find.
that's
based
what
on
their
on the laws and the
defense
jury,
will be
I
and
don't think
everything.
he's going to get off because of that.
You don't think he's going to get off?
No.
I think he's going to get a.
Suspended sentence. Or
Yeah,
something.
he'll get something, but he's not going to go to jail. He's not going to be in there for like.
I think they're
manslaughter
gonna,
or anything.
I think unfortunately they're going to find him guilty
To
because
prove
there
a
was
point?
Yeah.
there was no weapon and he physically touched the guy first.
Yeah. Well,
If you know what, and they do that because they're scared of the result if they don't.
So here you have New York City, the number one city in the world, and I don't mean that on a personal level. I mean that business-wise, population-wise, the financial center of the country.
They call it the Big Apple.
Yeah, it is. So here you have crime is so rampant that they actually put out a list of crimes you can commit without going to jail. And now people are just walking into Eckerd and being like, can I say Eckerd? Walking into Dwayne Reed and just being like, I'm taking this, putting in bags and walking out. And the employees have been instructed to not stop them. You don't go to jail for anything. And now you're on a subway and some lunatic's like, I'm going to kill somebody and go back to jail. You defend yourself against that guy who is a potential murderer. And you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
It's insane. I don't know where we live in. I also feel like this is where Al Capone rose. Somebody who realizes what you can and cannot get away with, and we should be there, and we should be crime lords in New York right now.
Easily.
Driving around on riding around on ninja motorcycles. That's our gang.
I remember reading. I can't remember when
It was
this
Dr.
was.
Seuss.
But yeah, I think it was either last year. It had to be 2022. But they had a guy go deep inside the gang world of New York when they were doing all the looting, and the cops were like, "This looting is way too organized. They have cars and throwing up a car in there." And somebody went undercover, and I remember he said, like, right now there is a huge uprising in L.A., in Chicago, and in New York.
It's all wide open.
Yeah.
Don't
Dude,
take over.
I saw a video the other day, and I don't know where it was, but a woman was pushing a grocery cart out to her car, and obviously going to have a big like barbecue or something, 4th of July, and had a bunch of meat and stuff in there. And two ladies came over, and the one pulled her car up, and the other one just pushed her and started taking meat and throwing it in their
Don't
trunk.
take my meat.
And just drove away.
You cannot take
Some
my
guy
meat.
was filming, and he goes, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I always felt like in my neighborhood that there was some sort of neighborhood justice where, because I have called cops before when I lived in Staten Island, and no cop ever comes, and it's like maybe 911 we'd get an ambulance, but no cops showing up for hey, those neighbors are too loud or something like that. It just didn't happen. But you can go to the other people in the neighborhood and say, hey, this guy down the block, he's running a drug den, and then 10 people from the neighborhood will go over there and get that guy out. That's just how it was.
Street justice.
Yeah, well, it's not even like is organized. It was more just like, this is our neighborhood. You got to take care of your own neighborhood. There's none of that going on in New York. It's awful now. I don't know. I'm just glad I live here in the great city of Lutz, where people just complain on Facebook about their teenagers driving too fast through their neighborhood.
Well, not only do they have crime in New York, but does anybody know if the air is okay to breathe yet up there because of the fires
Good news
in
is the
Canada?
air has never been okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just a different sort of pollution, so it doesn't matter.
You were saying how it's crazy that you think this guy is going to get arraigned for the subway stuff. I was having this conversation the other
Getting
day
rained
about
this morning, by the way.
the Chinese spy balloon. Like, could you imagine when you were younger a time where China openly had spy balloons over our country, and we were just like, bad, bad China.
My
Now
grandfather
can we
would be
buy
talking
ours?
about the Japs would never do that again.
Right?
The Japs learned their lesson the first time they came over here.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so I'm quoting an old man who doesn't live anymore. I'm just saying, there's plenty. I know what he'd say now if it was Chinese, but I'm not going to say that word.
Don't say it.
Anyway, let's get the show rolling. We'll bring this back up when Dom is here because this is a very interesting thing and certainly very topical to talk about with this guy getting arraigned this morning. I wouldn't mind if there was a big riot like there was when George Floyd got shot in a different state and people are just marching through and breaking windows on Fifth Avenue, which is ridiculous. We'll take a break, come back, we'll play Sporkle. We got some stuff to give away. Ian Beckles is stopping by this morning. I wonder if Ian Beckles, I'm going to ask him off the air before we can, I don't want to put him in a bad spot, but yesterday we talked about Holly's boyfriend, Justin, and him getting arrested for soliciting a young boy and what was going on with that and all that. And the information came flooding in yesterday, mostly from his former coworkers. So I don't know if Ian wants to talk about that or not. I don't want to put him in a bad spot if he doesn't, but that would be pretty interesting to find out some, because I think that guy was the producer of the Ron and Ian show when they were on it together. So I don't know. We'll find out. But Ian's stopping by. I love when Ian comes by. And then Ask the Dom will join us today to take your legal calls. We'll find out if Gio has a point with his can you or can you not threaten somebody and go to jail. And Galvin's got a brand new open letter. That's happening at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll take a quick break. Sporkle's next on 102.5 The Bone. It is 6:45 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Explain to me, Spanish, what the sound is bringing tomorrow or some Friday.
They are dropping off like goodie bags for us.
Why didn't they drop us off tickets to go see Cheap Trick tomorrow night?
I don't know.
Or tonight, rather. I'm sorry. Like, it's so funny that they're like, you want to have Rob and Xander on the air to talk about the sound opening, sure. And then they're like, oh, but we want to invite you to come to Kobe Calais on Friday.
Yeah. Here's a coffee mug.
Yeah. I love those people. I'm just busting their balls. Tonight is the grand opening of the Sound in Clearwater Beach, which is Old Coachman Park. And it is a new facility that can hold between 4,000 and 6,000 people, depending on the setup. And it has got a cover on it, and it's just amazing looking. And the folks at Ruth Eckerd Hall are behind it, so you know it's done right. They'll open it up tonight with a free show from Cheap Trick that's already at capacity. And then on Friday night, Gavin DeGraw and Colby Calais will be out there to kick things off. They've got 4th of July fireworks happening. I mean, it's going to be a really – finally, Pinellas has that outdoor venue that they can really be proud of, and they could do a lot of shows at.
And then Sunday is Peter Frampton.
Oh, man.
By the way, what time should we be over tonight for Cheap Trick over to the condo?
You can go. You can go anytime you want. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can go. I mean, it's going to eventually, there's going to be a band where I'm like, if only I could sit on my porch and listen to it, I'll be very happy with that. But it's not tonight, I can tell you that. All right. We've got some stuff to give away to you. Let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Galvin, what line will you be playing for?
I'm going to win again today for line 1.
Line 1, good morning. Who is this? Hi, Melissa. Galvin is playing for you. Please hold. Spanish?
Line 3, please.
All right. Good morning. Who is this? Hi, Joey. Spanish is playing for you. Gio?
Line 12. Love you, Tom.
All right. Good morning. Who is this? Hi, Adam. Gio is playing for you. I'll take line 6. Good morning. Who's this? Different Adam. I'm playing for you, sir. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. And may I say, Joe,
Yes.
doing a fine job.
Thank you, Michael.
no.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I also would like to remind everybody that Galvin is going for 3 in a row.
Oh, how you like that?
I don't like it one bit. I got to tell you, as a reigning champion,
I should have done it.
I don't like it at all. All right, Carmen, what are we playing today? Okay.
All right.
I already have one stuck in my head.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Okay,
Keep
good.
doing that.
Let's go.
Apollo 13.
The right,
The right
stuff.
stuff. Planet of the Apes.
Oh. The Habit.
Nonsense.
Bad Habits.
Yeah. That was one where, wasn't the priest banging him or something?
I think
Something was
Isn't
going
that how
on.
it all goes?
Yeah. Sound of Music.
Yeah. Sister Act.
Ah.
Damn it.
Dead Man Walking.
Oh, wow.
Fisherman.
Oh,
Meet Joe Black.
no. A river runs through it.
Perfect Storm.
Damn it. I love that movie.
Jaws.
Jaws. Oh,
Spanish is on the board. He has 1 point. Gio also has 1 point, and Mike and Galvin are both tied for first with 3 points each.
Oof. I don't know. I don't think that's accurate.
yeah. Seems like.
Well, I mean, you know,
Doing a fine job, John.
thank you.
Shawshank
Shawshank
Redemption.
Mike said,
Scared
shush,
me.
shush, shush.
He scared me in the middle of it.
Cool Hand Luke. The Great
Chase.
Escape.
Escape from Alcatraz.
Spinal Tap.
This is Spinal
Spinal
Tap.
Tap. So, yeah.
Almost famous.
Famous.
Oh, man.
Get him
Get
to
him
the
to the
Greek.
Greek.
Walk
Walk
the
the
line.
line.
Rockstar isn't in there. I'm waiting for Mark Wahlberg.
Sister Act?
Damn it. All right.
Ah.
Gio is on the board still with only 1. Spanish making a comeback with 3. And Michael and Galvin are
Oh,
both
no.
tied for first
Oh,
with 6
no.
each.
Anybody's game.
Not you.
Can't narrow it. Dirty Rotten
Dirty Rotten
Scoundrels.
Scoundrels. God. I was like, are irresponsible scoundrels? What are they? Damn it.
I don't like this game.
The Sting.
Oh my God, are we tied?
Yeah.
7-7.
We
Here
can
we-
block here.
No.
No, right?
Here we go.
All right.
They have Spanish has 3, Gio has 1. They're out.
All right.
You're out, Joe.
All right. Shut up and let's go. Matchstick Men. Boom. It's over.
I never really saw Matchstick. I
It's
don't even
really
know
good.
what Matchstick Man is.
Nicolas Cage and Sam Rockwell. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Who is the little girl? Was that the...
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell.
No, I don't know. She wasn't. It wasn't Suki from.
True Blood.
But she's in.
She
Other
goes on to be pretty famous. Like, who? Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Really enjoyed it.
Your final
If
score.
only we had 9 computers in here to look it up.
I don't care that much.
Gio had 1 point.
Thank you.
Spanish had 3. Michael had 7. And Galvin is your victorious champion. He had 8.
Congratulations, Galvin,
Thank
the
you.
new reigning Sporkle champion with 3 in a row.
Yes.
All right. Good
All
for
right.
you. What do we have coming up in news?
Well, first
Oh,
we
wait.
have a rule, folks. First we got a new rule. I would like for you guys.
Oh, someone wasn't prepared.
You don't want to jinx it by
don't
thinking
trust
about
me.
the rule and doing
I
all
know
that
it.
stuff.
Sometimes I think about it. Just lay in bed at night.
Yeah.
What will I do next? What would my rule be?
I had my role ready to go.
Well, hold on to it, Gio, because it's going to be a while.
We'll be out of touch by the time we're out of style.
I would like for you guys to each do a verse of a song about how I am the world's greatest Sporkle player of all time, but you have to do it in the accent of your choosing.
Oh, okay.
Are we making up the song? Or-
Sure.
Ooh. Okay, I'll go as Dracula. Sure.
I like it.
3 in a row and Galvin's in. Time to celebrate a victorious win. Is that good?
Yeah, I like
Okay,
it. I
good,
like
thank
it.
you.
Gio or Spanish? Who's next?
My efforts were fantastic.
Oi, Galvin!
What is that?
Oi, Galvin, he's the Sporkle champion, eh?
Okay.
I'm a sing-songy man.
That probably won't work out as a hit. It won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should at least rhyme it if it's going to hit.
I don't know whether Rick Rubin's going to work with
Yeah.
it.
That is
He would try out.
By the way, Australia called. They're embarrassed to have you represent them.
Is that what that was?
I don't know. I think
I
so.
don't know, somewhere.
it's got to be a song.
Yeah.
Somewhat. I mean,
You know.
Where you could just yell "Oi" at everybody.
Yeah.
Evidently, that's okay.
Mi amigo es la Galvin, muy bueno at the Sporkle. Mi amigo porco. Ese Galvin.
Yeah.
Muy bueno.
As is porco.
I gotta tell you,
See,
hey,
see.
Thank you.
Gio's the opposite of you. That may be an international hit. I've been feeling Bad Bunny's going to cover that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That was good. That was very
nice.
good.
Thank you. Good effort.
Okay, Galvin, please tell us what do we have in the news. Hey, I want to remind you that heart disease and cancer are silent killers, so you can get scanned and give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve by getting in touch with our friends at Lifeguard Imaging. You can go to lifeguardimaging.com and make your appointment right there. Okay, Galvin, sorry. What do we have coming up in news?
All right, coming up in news today, Sweet Smoke Chicago.
Sweet.
You deserve what you get and pump it. Pump it real good.
Oh, good. Did you ever figure out the honey pump yet?
Oh, yeah.
I can't figure out mine.
We had some yesterday.
Will you fix mine?
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I can't fix my honey pump.
Oh,
They
I'll
were
fix
just
your honey
they were
pump.
just pumping honey right into each other's mouths.
I got honey all over the bottle trying to fix it out. It's a mess.
no,
It's a
boy.
mess. Anyway,
mess.
Galvin has your news. We'll take a quick break, come back and dive into that. 8 o'clock, we'll do a brand new open letter from Galvin. Ian Beckles will be here. And Ask Dom will take your legal calls. That's all coming up on today's show. One show with all of that packed into it. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. .708 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Couple of things I want to remind you of. You know, my friends at Stingray Chevrolet will always take care of you if you're looking for a truck. They never rip you off, even when the times are bad and everybody's jacking up prices. Not Stingray. You'll probably get a better deal there, even during the bad times, than you would anywhere else. But if, say, you don't need a car, but you do want to go on a cruise, stop by Stingray Chevrolet, the big store on I-4, exit 22, Plant City. Just take your phone out, go over, scan the QR code, and you're automatically entered to win a cruise for two on the Calta Cruise, brought to you by Stingray Chevrolet. How do you like that? I love me some Lenny Kravitz. Stingray Chevrolet, exit 22, Plant City. Whether you're looking to buy a car or you just want to go on a cruise, stop by. Wave to Steve Hurley up in the skybox. Be like, what's up? Just came in for the cruise. See you in a couple of years when my lease is up. Going to come in and buy a new truck. I ever since we were doing the show from the home studio, I don't ever drive. I don't drive a lot.
Right.
So I really grow attached to my cars because I turn them in like every 5,000 miles. But I've really grown attached to them, and now I feel bad when I have to give them back. It's like losing a child.
Oh.
I'm like, why? It's like fostering. I'm fostering a car.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. All right. Today, Galvin will have a brand new open letter coming up at 8 o'clock. But right now, time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news. What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. Guess who stopped into Pelt Shoes yesterday?
I saw it on the internet.
Yeah, I was over there. I had to check out their new 3D foot scanner, which is pretty cool. I got to tell you, all you have to do is take your shoes off and get with your socks. You stand on there, and it measures your feet, not only your feet, but the top of your feet. It measures your ankle width. It measures like everything. I found out that my left foot is almost a size larger than my right foot.
What?
Isn't that weird?
It is weird.
Yeah, I feel like I should be walking around like this. Like,
I don't want them looking at me going, you got fat ankles.
yeah.
I don't want that to be the name of my new band, Fat Ankles.
But I stopped in
Fankle.
there and I got some new Ultras. Check these out. Look at those bad boys.
Ooh.
The Ultra Olympus. Yeah. I was looking, Carmen, I know you like the on-running shoes. I was looking at the Monsters, which were really nice too. They have all the different styles over there. So I was looking all around and stuff. Lisa and all the people over there were super nice. But yeah, stop in there and you can get your feet scanned. And what they do is they send it to your email and then you're on file so they know and they can suggest different types of shoes that would fit your feet well. That way you're going to get the perfect fitting shoe from Pelt Shoes. Yeah, it works out. Technology. It's the future, Spanish. It's unbelievable. But you can stop into one of the 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. And when you do, make sure you whisper my name, Galvin. For 10% off your first purchase. It was very nice. A lot of people were like, oh, finally we put the face with the name. And I go, this is it. This is what you're getting 10% off for.
I always go, sorry. This is the only one I got.
Pelt Shoes, get them at Pelts. So we talked about it a little bit earlier, but Marine veteran Daniel Penny is expected to appear in court today in connection with the chokehold death of Jordan Neely aboard a subway train. He was indicted by a grand jury on June 14th, but his exact charges remain sealed until Penny appears in court, according to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office.
So they could open it up and go, just kidding.
Yeah.
Today when he goes, probably
Penny
not.
was initially arrested on second-degree manslaughter charge.
Oh, okay.
So second-degree manslaughter was what he was arrested on, but we'll see what happens.
Wouldn't they review it and come out and have their recommendation? Okay.
Yeah. So revisiting a story we did earlier this week, remember the guy who went into the engine of the airplane?
Yeah.
He was ingested in the engine.
That's what they said. Ingested, not a good way to go. Well, the death of a ground crew worker on Friday who was sucked into the plane's engine at the San Antonio International Airport has been ruled a suicide.
Oh,
Mamma
yeah.
mia.
Of course Delta's going to pay money to have it ruled a suicide.
Yeah.
The airport employee was killed Friday when he was caught and ingested into the engine of a Delta Airlines plane that arrived from Los Angeles and was taxiing to the gates.
So
That
they have a note?
that is a rough way to go.
Yeah, they also know this is the second one in so many months, you know? I mean, how do you rule it a suicide unless there's a definitive note that says I am not happy with my
Could have
life?
been a note. Could have been they saw the way that he did it. He made a ran over and been like woohoo, you know, right into it. You know what I mean? Like it could be not like he was backing up and all of a sudden the plane was behind him or something. I don't know how exactly they found out, but they ruled it a suicide.
We're assuming this was instantaneous death or like
We're assuming, you think Fargo, you think like wood chipper
Right?
with the airplane, you know, the engine and stuff. But yeah, like we
Dude.
talked about before, what if you get stuck halfway
bro.
in there and you're just waist deep in airplane engine and you're like, oh,
That's all you hear is,
oh, terrible.
gross.
of all the ways to go, I would not have picked that one.
no, but there is, what's worse is, like I always go, I'd jump in a wood chipper for my kids, but boy, would that suck.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
man.
But there's that one grinder that is like metal pieces
Oh,
and it just
yeah.
does this. I mean, you could put a car in there and it'll eventually just grab the car and pull it in.
Right.
I mean, you're just getting destroyed as you're being pulled in.
Ugh.
You've seen some of the footage where a worker is in there doing something, they start getting sucked into a
my
machine,
God,
and
dude.
another person comes over and hits the kill button. But could you imagine that? You're like, well, this is how I die.
Listen,
In a factory.
I've never.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were saying about the airplane engine. If you were waist deep into it, and it, was like, oh, this is too much.
You poop in a bag for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
I could never have a table saw or any of those electric saws because I know
But have you
that's how
seen
it'll
those table saws
I
with
know.
the hot
Yeah.
dog
Yeah, it's
where they
incredible.
do it? So it's like a finger, and as soon as it touches, it shuts out. It goes down.
I still don't trust it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. But wow, amazing technology. Speaking of losing it from the waist down and having to poop in a bag, I saw a video the other day of a guy who was playing drums who had no lower body.
I saw that as well.
So he was just from the butt up. He had no legs or anything like that. And he's playing drums, and he has his drum throne, the leg on the kick drum. So as he's playing, he's rocking back and forth, playing the kick drum.
It sounded good too.
Yeah. I was
What
like, that's
if-
amazing.
Wow.
What if the guy with no legs from the waist down
Uh-huh.
teamed up with the guy from Def Leppard?
Right.
And that guy did the top and he did the bottom and they just sat next to each other.
Could do that?
yeah.
Yeah. And they could drive to the gigs together.
Yeah.
They become like Voltron.
Remember
that?
Assemble. Drummers assemble.
I have seen some one-armed drummers that are absolutely amazing. There is a on YouTube, guys that are in Florida and they play like street ball. They go and play against whoever. But there's one dude that has one arm. He has like literally just a nub on the shoulder.
Right. I'm familiar with the nub.
Could destroy all of us.
Oh,
Could
really?
destroy. Yeah, it's ridiculous how good he is with one arm. I'm like, that's unbelievable.
Not fair.
They say they love it when you grab their nub.
Oh.
Squeeze it.
I don't know. When Jason Ellis started to fight me with one arm,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, I can kill him just because of the size and the awkward balance that he's gonna have.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stood next to him at Bert's premiere, and I was like, all I gotta do is fall on this guy. But then I also realized if he gets out from underneath that, even with the one arm, I'd probably be done. So, and for those
you're
reasons,
admitting
I'm
it.
not fighting
You're
with anyone.
Didn't you say you got tired with the carrying the table?
Well,
the other
I'm
day?
not in my fighting. I'm not in my fighting way.
Didn't
right
you?
now.
Didn't you
Shut up,
fall down
Carmen.
the stairs?
You're like you almost passed out when you picked up the table.
So 3 weeks after smoke from Canadian wildfires turned the skies over eastern United States to an apocalyptic shade of orange, the same blaze continues to cause unhealthy air quality in the Midwest now. That it doesn't just dissipate, it's just moving. So residents of Chicago woke up Tuesday morning to the worst air quality in the world with hazy skies and the smell of smoke. Windy City residents weren't the only ones dealing with the conditions. AirNow.gov showed that other parts of Illinois, as well as almost all of Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, and Wisconsin areas of Wisconsin, also areas of Minnesota, Iowa, Kentucky, and West Virginia were affected. What are you doing, Canada?
Hell yeah.
Hey, listen, this is really something to think about in the future. You know, we always give Spanish a hard time for being a Reddit guy and all that. But if there is some sort of event that causes cloud cover thick enough, we'd be screwed in a matter of hours.
Well, they say that's the big thing with a nuclear fallout. What
Right.
it would be the covering the sun and everything.
Well, they are doing, they call it cloud seeding now, where
Right.
they pump up a
They're
bunch
doing it
of.
now. They've been doing it for a long time. Yeah.
I
Be
believe.
called chemtrails.
Yeah, I believe it's aluminum oxide, small particles of aluminum oxide that can either reflect the sunlight or keep sunlight trapped in, and it's called HAARP, HAARP technology, where they can control the weather, which I thought was
But that's
not
been
true,
going
but they've been
around
doing it.
forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'll never forget Lionel used to just take pictures of the chemtrails in the sky and send it to put it on his social media and go, just evaporation,
yeah.
right? You know?
They changed the classification of clouds and added new types of clouds in the 2000s to keep up with all the different chemtrails.
Plus, you got all the people with the vapes chucking clouds.
Oh, dude,
like
you
this
can't
guy
chuck
over here.
clouds. Yeah, not cool,
Cloud
man.
chucker.
Yeah.
We really need to be prepared for, and I'm not talking about apocalypse or zombies. I'm just saying that time where, like, say those wildfires, say the fires happened here. Remember Galvin when the fires were happening in Lakeland? How thick the smoke was here.
Crazy.
Say they happened in Georgia and the winds were blowing south, and we just kept getting all their smoke over here. I mean, eventually not only is it going to be impossible to be outside and breathe, but that sun cover is just
brutal.
It's detrimental to a society, because once things start freezing over, you're screwed. I got to get me some bees.
Are
man.
you going to get a gas mask?
Bees.
You know what though, Spanish? I think I'd rather choke than walk around with a gas mask.
Yeah?
Man. Yeah, because remember how hard it was to wear those smooth little masks?
Right.
Now walk around with a beak
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
I'm like,
All right.
I'm just gonna sit in here and stuff towels in the door cracks. I'll be fine.
That'll work.
Should be fine. Some sad news right here in Florida. Former Arkansas quarterback Ryan Mallett, who went on to have a 7-year career in the NFL, died Tuesday in an apparent drowning
7 years in the NFL. I never heard of the guy till he died.
in Florida Beach. He was actually up in Destin. He's was 35 years old. Sheriff's office said first responders were called to the beach in Destin, Florida, around 2:12 p.m. local time as a group of people swimming in the Gulf of Mexico near a sandbar struggled to make their way back to shore. One of the individuals, later identified as Mallett, was not breathing when he was pulled out of the water. He was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead.
Yeah, that's your neck of the woods where you lived. And
Yeah.
they're having the deadliest beaches up there. It has nothing to do with sharks. It's all about the rip currents and all that. They were just showing on the news. I don't know what this. I think it's Fox 13. The way to avoid a rip current, just swim around it. Oh, believe if you're in the water and you're getting pulled in, you're not going to stop and be like, which way do I swim around?
Well, they say you're supposed to swim diagonal to the shore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because if you're trying to go right at it, it's not going to work for you. If you swim diagonal, you're going to be pushed out, but eventually you'll get over there. You're going to make your way to it. Which I had that happen up in Destin to me. Did a little late night swimming with
Yeah.
some ladies, and may have had a
Phil
few
and
pops
Steve.
before we went out there and stuff. And I was like, whoa, trying to, and I was getting slammed into the pier,
Oh.
which had the barnacles and stuff ripped up my back and everything, and finally got on shore. And I'm like, oh, who wants to do it? You know?
Who wants to do it? Hey,
Didn't
you
really
know,
work out.
you know, you don't think about that stuff, especially when you're in the water and you're drunk and you're having a good time. I was reading a thing where Eddie Vedder said, in the 90s when he used to jump in the crowd during all
yeah.
the songs, he said the first time I did it, I went back to the hotel and I had a million tiny cuts on my back from people grabbing at me.
Oh, they're dirty
Yeah,
fingernails.
yeah, he was like, I couldn't figure out what it was all from.
Also think about penetrator. You know? Like somebody wants to check your oil.
Remember Carmen said that?
Oh, yeah.
Carmen did a
Stage
Carmen
dive.
did crowd surf and stage dive, and she was like, "Hey, no, getting frisky with your fingers."
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I definitely would have done that.
Yeah.
Has anybody been to a Buc-ee's?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I've even asked on the show. I don't even know what a Buc-ee's really is.
A Buc-ee's is
It's like a
giant
truck stop, right?
Yeah, but it's like a big gas station, but it has everything in the world in there.
But like,
They-
why do people like it so much? People
It's
like
massive.
adults wear
It's
Buc-ee's
massive.
hats.
It's so huge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all agree Wawa is great, but I'm not wearing a Wawa T-shirt.
Yeah, but you're also not wearing a Bass Pro Shop hat. but
True.
That's
Yeah.
I'm
everybody
just not
wears
that
them.
guy. Yeah.
Buc-ee's are pretty badass.
Really?
Well, if you thought Buc-ee's stores in Central Florida were big, the chain's largest location ever just opened in Tennessee. The Knoxville store measures what? What do you think it is? The largest store that they have?
Well, I mean, the way
How many
Gio's
square
talking, it's
feet?
like a Best Buy, 8,000.
8,000 square feet would be
Yeah.
crazy.
30,000 square feet.
30,000 square feet would be crazy.
Oh my God, it's bigger than that.
Man.
The one that I went to was massive, so huge.
74,000 square
Oh,
feet.
well, okay, all right. Hold on, I got a question.
It has 120 gas pumps.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then it has the store has all the different
but
things.
what's
in it.
in the store?
Everything.
Everything.
Why?
What do you want? What do you need?
I need white T-shirt,
Got it.
Got
I need a barbecue.
Got it.
boiled peanuts.
Got it. You need some floaties? Got it.
Oh,
They
You need
have
some roller skates? Yep.
they have every soda, drink, water you can ever think of. They have it there.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And they've got barbecue in the middle. They make these brisket sandwiches, full on barbecue. It's nuts.
So that's 74,000 square feet. That's the largest squeets. That's the largest one that they have right now. But other new Buc-ee's stores that are coming soon,
Yeah.
including one in Marion County, Florida, could beat that soon.
Let's do it.
The new one in Marion County location is scheduled to open in 2025, located near Interstate 75 north of Ocala, and it will feature an 80,000 square foot travel center. There are two other Buc-ee's in Florida, one in Daytona Beach and the other one in St. Augustine.
for no reason at all, I feel like one day we're gonna go into Buc-ee's and Nard's gonna be working there, right? I just feel like that's just somewhere where he'd be.
When you go there, it is also like this massive place, and it is packed. I mean, there are so many people; it's chaos.
Like,
Listen.
like somebody wakes up and goes, "We're going to Buc-ee's."
Well,
today?"
no, they're all on the interstate, so it's people traveling.
You need a 38 special mirror? They have it there. You need a sand dollar with your name on it?
Yeah.
They have it
They
there.
have chili? Do they have chili?
Oh, they got chili. You can put chili on your sand dollar.
Oh yeah.
And
They
all
probably have vapes and everything.
All the food I had there has been great.
Yeah?
I've probably been 4 or 5 times.
You got any nudie magazines?
Maybe.
Oh.
We're a family
Yeah.
establishment, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pervert.
Get the little Bucky nuggets; those are good.
We don't call
What
it.
are Bucky nuggets?
They're like these little caramel covered things that are so damn
I used to
good.
call my nuts.
Yeah.
For the nudie magazine, you actually have to go to a different store called. Never mind. It rhymes with Buc-ee's.
Yes.
That one's a little farther off the interstate.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's over by the train tracks. So Oregon is ending its 72-year ban on what? What can you not do in Oregon? 72 years it's been. They're finally lifting it.
Interracial marriage.
No.
I'm kidding. I was joking.
Oregon is ending their ban on.
Sodomy.
No, I don't know about that, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They are ending their 72-year ban on pumping your own gas,
Oh,
Yeah.
which now leaves
Shame.
which state?
New Jersey.
New Jersey as the only remaining full-service state. So it used to be, I don't know whether you know or not,
I do
whether
not.
you were a kid, but you would pull up and you wouldn't pump your gas. They would come out, pump your gas, do
Mike
your
Calton and
windshield
Charlie
check.
Gentile would come out and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check your oil, check your tire pressure, do all that stuff,
That's
whatever.
nice.
You wouldn't even
Windshield.
get out of your car. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said windshield.
Sorry.
But
go-
you wouldn't even get out of your car and then you do that, whatever. But literally, you were not allowed to get
Yeah.
out of your car because they had to have the service technicians come out and do it for you.
I wish they had a few of those around here. We
Yeah,
could
It'd be
just have-
nice.
Yeah.
What was worse was when I worked at the gas station, if somebody wanted to pay by credit card,
Oh, boy.
I'd take their credit card, put it on the machine, and run it physically, and then bring them back the carbon copy of it.
And did you have to go in the store, or did you have the machine out there and you
No.
had to like balance it?
I
or
had to
no?
go in the store,
Yeah.
and so somebody would roll up and they'd be like, "Give me $10 on pump 7, or $10 unleaded," and I'd have to go over and I have to stop it right at 10. You know what I mean? I always went over 10:01. Yeah, but I mean, that
Free
was.
gas over there.
That is-
But a lot of times on a Saturday morning, I'd have multiple cars fill up over here, $10 over here, 20. I'd have all three running at the same time, and I had to stop all three. Oh.
Tips? You get tips?
Yeah, the owner of, because it was a gas station with a garage, and the owner was like, "All right, boys, let's clean some windshields today and make some tips." I was like, "All right." So yeah, me and Charlie would split the tips.
I'll tell you right now, you'd never cut it at Buc-ee's.
No, I would never. I work by the other one by the train tracks.
Yeah, for sure. Carmen, you been out playing pickleball lately? No? Any problems or what's going on? Loose
Oh
knees.
boy.
Loose knees, right?
Yeah.
Mike Kelty, you have not played yet, although you.
What? How do you know?
I know because you can't carry a
Oh.
table. You said you wanted to play, but
I do.
have you played yet or no?
No.
'Cause I
watched-
see that
I watched
you're-
a lot of it on the internet.
You're still walking upright and everything
Yeah,
seems to be
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Pickleball injuries will cost America between $250 million and $500 million this year, which is a testament of how popular it is.
Sure.
But also a lot of people, that are playing it are older and getting hurt and whatnot. I mean, it's not like super dangerous. It's not like, NASCAR or anything like that. But you're out there on the court and doing stuff and, rolling ankles.
Did you see who was playing it the other day, which was great because he got all pissed off, was McEnroe. And McEnroe and other tennis players are playing each other
yeah.
in pickleball, and McEnroe had a bad call, and he just went over to the side. He was all frustrated, and I was like, "Oh, this is great."
I think it was Agassi. You know how they do those tours where the pros that are
Yeah.
like retired will go out there, like McEnroe, and they'll play and they kind of goof around and have fun and do stuff. Agassi was playing against somebody, and the guy said something about his serve, and he goes, "Watch 112," and he goes, "All right, whatever," and he serves it. 113.
Oh, wow.
He goes, I was so close. He called his speed, which was unbelievable. And I can't believe that he can still serve over
No
100
kidding,
miles per
right?
hour. That's unbelievable. Those guys can make so much money. Because think about it, whenever they were playing tennis and they were at the top of the league and stuff, they're making all kind of money. But then doing this just fun tour, people want to go see them and hang out and stuff.
That's the only time I've ever gone to see tennis was to see what's that really hot Russian chick? Kornikova.
Oh, yeah.
Played somebody here, and the dude from Dade City had a match, and we all went to the match, and it was great because everybody goes and they wear white.
Yeah.
And we were all wearing jeans and black T-shirts. It just stood out like a sore thumb.
I've never watched pro tennis live, but I imagine you see like a 90 mile per hour fastball in baseball. Now 112. The difference has got to be huge.
Yeah, well, what's his name? The comedian that was in that was on the Daily Show. I forget what his name is.
Palisade? No.
But he was a former, I don't know, he played in college. I don't know whether he was pro. He may have been pro for a little while, but we were discussing it with him, and I said, I can play. Like, I can play. I'm, just a regular guy, not great or anything like that. I go, do you think I could do it? He goes, no, you couldn't even return my serve.
I bet the speed doesn't even translate on TV of how fast it's going.
Right, yeah. Imagine something coming at you
Yeah.
over 100 miles per
That's
hour.
insane.
And it's little, and it's you got to not only make contact, but make contact and hit it back in an area. Yeah, there's no way. Do you have his name? Or
Michael
no?
Costa?
Yeah, that was that. That was it. Which he looks like a tennis player.
Does look like it.
Not a funny comedian.
Do you know what the term menu anxiety is?
Oh, yes, I do.
What is it?
It's when you look at a food menu or any menu really, and you get anxiety because there are too many options to choose from.
That's good, but that's not it.
I know. Can I tell you what mine is?
Sure.
When I pull up to any sort of drive-through with my wife, and no matter how many times she's been there, it still takes her 20 minutes to come up with an order.
Right.
That's my menu anxiety.
That's kind of dealing with this with menu
Dude,
anxiety.
yesterday I wanted a Decker, and I think everybody.
Oh, no.
It was Starbucks, okay, and we pull up, and she's like, "Get Juliana this, and I want this," and then she's like, "Okay, I want a venti." I go, just say it, get it out.
Oh, wow.
With
Oh,
two,
boy.
and then when I'm all done, the lady goes, "All right, that'll be $15.42." She goes, "Tell him I want a cup of ice." I go, "You tell him you want a cup of ice. I'm not telling him. We're already done. We got a number now."
This is on the heels of you make your
Yeah.
own effing dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let that one slide. We made up yesterday. We didn't have a big discussion about it. We just decided, hey, let's just let it go.
Smart, yeah.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, I'm secretly harboring bad feelings.
It's physical violence.
Nah,
Doesn't feel like a secret either.
I said to our father one time, I said, I'd never put my hands on your daughter ever, but I wish I could at least once a year get a pass. And he goes, I understand. I understand.
Listen,
I lived with her. I know what you're saying.
I'll smack a bitch over a cup of coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
garlic shrimp. Watch out.
Oh, man.
I mean, if
out.
she tried to take my coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand.
So menu anxiety is when everyone else is ready to order at the restaurant, but you're not ready.
I hate that.
I
You're
don't like
not
it.
ready.
Can you go around the
Yeah.
first and come back to me?
Do me last. Do me last.
Yeah.
Well, I told you Sebastian had the thing about his wife that they did the whole thing, whatever, and she goes, "Oh, I'm not ready. You order." And he goes, "Okay, steak and green beans. Back to you." He goes, "How long did you think it was going to take me that you're going to be able to do that stuff?"
I don't do good impressions, as
Yeah.
you know, on this show, but I enjoy talking like people, and I enjoy talking when I'm alone, by the way, talking to myself out loud as Sebastian about the fact that he can't swim. I got so many people. Nobody wants to teach me how to swim. I
Everybody
can't.
can swim.
Yeah. So you're saying you can swim and you can swim. Am I the only one, Ma, who can't swim? That I can't stop doing it.
By the way, the too many items on a menu, that's a sign of a bad restaurant.
Yeah,
Don't eat
Cheesecake
there.
Factory.
Don't eat.
Yeah.
Well, Cheesecake Factory is
Too
a
many
different thing because I was going to say, like, a lot of restaurants, if they have that many options, stuff's probably not fresh.
Yeah.
The Cheesecake Factory has so much turnover that they're fine. But like
call.
if you go to a mom and pop place and they have 40 different things on the menu, you're like,
Yeah.
there's no way your chicken marsala is going to be good when you also have red beans and rice.
Yeah, butter
and you have
chicken.
all these different 9 different things. You're like, get out of here.
Remember the scene in My Cousin Vinny where it just says lunch,
Yeah.
breakfast? He goes,
It's a lot easier.
I guess we'll have breakfast.
It's a lot easier when it's it
nice.
takes away your menu anxiety.
Yeah. I mean, that, Gordon Ramsay, whenever he goes into the kitchen nightmares or those things, whatever, he goes, you have a book here.
Yeah.
It's too many things.
I-
He goes, you should have maybe 15 things total on
My
there.
favorite thing about that show is when he goes, all right, what do we have here? Let me look at the menu. And he looks at the menu and goes, I'll take 2 of your this and one of the, and he orders like 15 things because he wants to taste it all. Oh, but he's like, it gets all excited, like this could be the best brisket I've ever had. And then of course it's all going to be gross when they bring it out to him.
It's all microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
100%.
you know what?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Noble Crust on Sunday, and my cousin Nico is like, "What do you usually get here?" I go, "I don't know. It depends on what I feel like when I sit down, because everything is good." And he goes, "I think I'm going to have this." I go, "Have you been there before?" He goes, "Nah, I'm the kind of guy who likes to look at the menu online
Yeah.
before I go."
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
I like to ask them what they recommend, like what's the best thing, and as soon as they start, I go, "I'll have the chicken."
Yeah.
Just cut them off.
Or the best is Rooster in the Tail. I don't know what they're like tonight, or then I go, "Hey, just bring it all. I don't even need to know what it is. Just bring it all."
Yeah, I also love a restaurant that literally has like 5 things on for that night. You know what I mean? It's like 5 things. You choose one of those.
Yeah.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
You know?
Did anybody
good.
get the invite to Frankie's new spot?
No,
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did get it.
I didn't get it.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
I just got this.
Would you say
Yes.
you're good at giving advice? Anybody?
Yes.
It depends, though.
Gio says yes. He's good at giving
Yeah,
advice.
I'm-
Life
I'm
advice?
Yes.
Like how to be successful?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
You're good at giving advice?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I look, I've created careers for people. I've raised 2 children. I must be good at giving advice.
I thought you said any time anybody asks you to give advice or pick your brain, you always tell them you have no idea. You gotta get-
Yes.
Great
Yes.
advice.
Anytime Sam or Scotty the Body or any of them, those people are like, can we go to lunch? We could talk about like, how you got where you got. I have no idea how I got here. I don't know. But
Great
I
advice.
am good at like here's the thing. When people want advice, they know what the right answer is. They just need somebody else to
Yeah,
say
they want
it.
you
Yeah.
to affirm
I'm the
what
guy
they-
who says it.
Yeah.
You need to dump her. She's an awful slut.
I think that I'm decent at giving advice, but there's some times where I'll like say it out loud and I'll go, "Yeah, but I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know." You know? Or like you will do this sometimes. You'll say something and then I'll go, "Yeah, but then this," and you go, "Yeah, you're right."
A person who's giving you advice that is willing to take in all of the answers before they go ahead and give their advice.
Yeah.
My wife has been asking me ridiculous questions that I think can only lead to fights. What if we get these bowls for the kitchen? And I go, I don't care. And she's like, "Oh, sometimes I just ask you for your opinion." And I go, "Yeah, those are good."
Mm.
And then the other day she's
Wait,
like,
do you say
Yeah.
it just like that
Yeah,
with that
yeah,
face?
Yeah.
I look at it, I go, yeah, those are fine. Or she goes, like yesterday, she said to me, "Should I get 4 of those place settings or should I get 8?" And I looked at her and I go, "Get 4. We eat on paper plates almost every night." I go, "Oh, you don't need more than 4. And she's like, "I think I'm going to get 8. I go, "Then why would you ask me? Why are you asking me?" It bothers me so much. Do you like the black one or the red one? I definitely like the red one.
You look to somebody who has lived life and been through. Like I asked my dad for advice, like especially once I got older, bought a house. I would ask him stuff. My brother Tim's good with advice. Like you ask people who have already done.
But
certain
let me
things
ask you,
and-
the hard part is, like your father, okay? Your father is successful, he's done it, but your father's also older.
Yeah.
So sometimes he's giving you advice from his point
true.
of view,
It's true.
and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It's so
Like,
it
my
depends
father
on,
was like, "Don't ever trust a Puerto Rican." I go, "Dad, that's not.
Right.
My father's
13%.
never said that, by the way.
13% of people say that if they had an advice column, their advice would be excellent. 31% said it would be good. 27% said fair. 6% said 4, and 4% say their advice would be terrible.
Oh, I wish that somebody can give me an example so I could say, I can give you advice right now. Does anybody have a pending
Oh, I
situation?
have one
Oh,
that
no.
a buddy of mine asked me for advice, and I did not know what advice
Perfect.
to give him.
Here we go.
Okay, so my buddy is getting his.
Lose the trench coat. That's the advice
Okay.
I would give to your buddy.
So-
Shave the mustache, lose the trench
Yeah.
coat.
Get rid
well-
of the hat, too.
Yeah.
Only one chain.
His older brother is getting married to somebody that he does not like and they don't get along with. and he doesn't know what to tell the brother, if he should say something at all or not.
Why doesn't he get along with her?
I have my advice.
So he says that the brother's fiance at this point is not nice to the brother, doesn't treat him very well, and is constantly a wedge in between
She's triangulating.
the brother and the family. Yeah.
What's that, Joe?
Triangulating.
She's triangulating.
Yeah.
I would in this case, I'd ask the brother to speak alone, and I would say, "Hey, look, I'm happy for you if you're happy, but you're my brother, and I love you, and I feel like she's not treating you the right way." I would be honest with him, and then I would let him know, "Hey, whatever you decide to do, we're going to support you, but as your brother, I don't like to see this."
100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Because if you come at it too hard and he marries her, then you're cut out of his life probably because she's already controlling and doing
Just
the
squeeze
stuff.
you out.
Yeah.
I tried to give my brother advice one time, and he shot me down so quick. I wonder if you remember this. My brother's first wife died. She was killed tragically in a car accident. And then he met his current wife not long after. Like, specifically, she had a husband who died. He had a wife who died, and they met, and they hit it off, and it was good. But it was still relatively, they both needed each other. So it was kind of like almost like they were brought together. And I said to him, I go, "Hey, I like her, and she's great, and this is good. She's got a son, you got a daughter. This all works out. But maybe you want to, and he looks at me and goes, "Is this the it's too soon speech?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm good." I was like, "Okay, good."
Yeah.
That was it. That's all I had. I knew right there was no chance. He knew what he wanted to do, and he was good.
But good, yeah, and he thought about it, and you didn't come at him with a bad attitude with it or anything.
No, but you had to go. You're both in a position where you're looking for somebody else because you've had this tremendous loss. You don't want to rush into something because of that, and somebody should have been the one to say that. And I got shut down immediately, and the good thing I did. Their marriage is strong. They've got other kids, and it all worked out. So, sometimes you feel like you have to interject yourself, and as you love somebody, you have to try and offer that advice. And good thing he didn't take mine.
So there is a new ranking of the 100 best cities for 4th of July celebrations. Okay, 4th of July is coming up. What do you think in America?
Philadelphia.
Number one. I have like the number one, the runner up, and then I have the worst one. So we're gonna kind of narrow it down. What do you think the number one? You say Philadelphia? No.
City of brotherly love.
Yeah, no.
Where they all
Still not
okay.
Philadelphia.
Boston, Massachusetts.
No, I think you're going to be very surprised at number one.
Houston, Texas.
Did you just say Philadelphia? Houston, no.
St. Louis.
If you stop yelling answers at me.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
It is it's a major city, but I would be surprised if this is number one anything.
Billings, Montana.
No, it's a major city.
No. Cincinnati.
No.
Ooh, Cincinnati
Right?
actually does a huge fireworks
Do they
celebration.
really?
Yeah, they do.
Think about for 4th of July, I couldn't imagine any place where I'd be like, really? Number one.
Let me just tell you, Cincinnati is got water that separates Kentucky and Cincinnati, and they do things in the boats on the water, and then they do a big fireworks display between the two
that's
states.
They do. It's Thunder over Louisville or something like that.
Damn.
Is on the Kentucky side.
And where we were was Boomsday, which is what they did here, because all those guys worked over there, and then they brought that over here.
That's cool.
But that was cool. But then they had a crazy guy, a former military guy in a chopper who does traffic every day, and that guy would do traffic over the thing. He'd fly over the boats and stuff, and then he'd go under the bridge, which you're not allowed to do with the helicopter. Oh, it was cool to see though, because he'd like fly up to it, tease it, fly away, fly up to it, tease, and then he'd go come right around the bridge.
According to this, the new rankings, 100 best cities for 4th of July celebrations. Number one, Los Angeles.
Well, that seems like it would make sense.
Really?
Second biggest city in the country. Sure.
I know, but it just seems like everything that's going on in Los Angeles, and I don't know, it doesn't seem very patriotic.
Didn't seem like they'd want that for the fires.
Yeah. San Francisco is actually the runner-up.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, they like to party out there.
Of all the places they considered, what came in last at 100?
Tampa Bay.
No, not
Boom
Tampa Bay.
by the Bay.
You don't like Boom by the Bay.
It is in the South, I can tell you that.
New Orleans.
No.
Atlanta.
No.
Not Philadelphia.
Nope. Not in the South either.
Somewhere in Alabama.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mobile.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Alabama. Yeah. Tampa 78.
Damn
Oh.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
That's
great.
Too high.
Not great.
Too high, Jane Castor.
Not good. Birmingham, I got to tell you, anytime whenever I was bartending and a group of hot girls would come in, they would always be from Alabama. It'd be either, where are you guys
Yeah.
from? Either Birmingham or Mobile.
They don't let
Yeah.
him out of there.
Oh.
They'd be like, "We have terrible fireworks, but we're
Yeah.
sweet ladies."
And they have no idea how hot they are
Yeah.
because they're
Yep.
like just country bumpkins,
Oh.
you know?
Not fair.
Not
It's
even
just
wearing
it's that
shoes.
accent, dude. It's that accent.
I got to tell you, I don't like the accent. I don't like. I like Latin accents. I like some Middle Eastern accents
Yeah.
are really nice. But I do not like Southern. I don't like English on women.
Oh,
Oi!
I like Southern, but I like Alabama Southern. I don't like Jacksonville Southern. I don't like y'all going out here tonight. I don't like
Yeah.
that. I like
I think you like Savannah, Georgia.
yeah, it's
Where's
a little
more?
too highfalutin for me.
Yeah.
Huh?
I like Sweet Home Alabama.
Well,
I like,
I'm telling
hey
you.
y'all.
Yeah, that's you know,
Yeah.
it's like boom hour.
I love Reese Witherspoon in movies.
yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
feel like I would hate her in real life, but in not Sweet Home, but as Walk the Line. What's that?
June?
June Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
I
I'm
like her.
tangled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Johnny.
Too high pitched for me.
No, that's perfect. Even when she's being mean and she's yelling, you fall in love with her over and over again. But in real life, I'm like,
I went out with a girl who was from Alabama, and there was something, and I go, I like a girl that speaks like a different language. And my brother Tim goes, your girlfriend does.
I watched 54 last night, the show about Studio 54 with Ryan Phillippe
Yeah.
and
Mike
Salma
Myers.
Hayek. Mike Myers. I said it when the movie came out, how he did not get an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor playing Steve Rebell. He was so good in that movie.
Wasn't he nominated? Or
I don't think so. When he's laying on the bed with all the money and he's trying to talk the kid into letting him go down on him, and then he just goes and he just starts
drools,
spitting.
yeah.
I was like, oh, he's so good in that movie, man. But especially since you know he's playing a real character, he does such a great job. It's hard to capture somebody like that.
I'm looking to see if they have any awards for this, for the movie.
Yeah, he was good. He was really good in
it's
the
not
movie.
looking like he was ever nominated for an Oscar.
Snubbed. You were snubbed, Mike Myers. Snubbed.
A lot of teen choice awards.
Oh, perfect.
Wow.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like 54 would be in the Nickelodeon viewing range.
You know.
So the remains found over the weekend at California's Mount Baldy have been identified as those of actor Julian Sands.
Wah, wah.
He was 65 years old. I tried to take him for the death pool. I had him on the death pool and then was denied and he was taken away
Why were you denied? I don't remember.
because, you know, and listen, I agree that we don't know when he was dead.
Oh, yeah.
He was missing. And you're not, once you're out there in the elements, you're not going to be able to pinpoint the exact time when he died.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if he went missing and you could go, oh, yeah, well, he was still alive whenever I picked him and stuff, I get that. But, I mean, like, give me a little something. Give me, like, 20 points.
You send an email before everybody else.
Give me 30 points.
What are the current standings? You have them handy? I don't even know. I know I made a swooping comeback in the last
In
one, but I know
one?
I'm not in the lead.
I have him right here. Would you like to go from worst to first?
Yes, please.
So Tony and Carmen have 0 points. Nothing on the board halfway through
I mean,
the
we're
year.
halfway through.
More than halfway through the year. Nothing on the board. Then Pap, who I'm not even sure knows he's playing, has 56 points.
Surely not paying, I can tell you that.
Burt Bacharach is his big get there.
Nothing like last year, huh, Joe?
Well, hey, year's not over. I wouldn't be smug yet. So then Spanish comes in next at 73 points with Jim Brown.
That's right.
Jim Brown! I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. Mike Kelta.
Yes, that's
you were
me.
in next place there with 200 points.
Ooh.
You have Iron Sheik, Tom Sizemore, Pat Cooper, and you took Jerry Springer off. So you didn't get any points for him. And then you had Billy Blaine or whatever the guy's name was. That
Billy
wasn't,
Blaine?
I don't know, some wrestler. Who
Oh,
was
Black Bart.
yeah, that, you didn't get any points for that
I
either.
vote yes.
But only 7 points behind me. So I have 207 points. I have Gordon Lightfoot, David Crosby, Tina Turner, and I did not get any points for Julian Sands, which I really should. And then exactly 100 points in front of me is your current leader, Gio, with superstar Billy Graham. Who did you call your shot on that one?
I did.
Yeah, so you got 243 points just off of superstar Billy Graham, who we've all heard of, very famous wrestler, and Harry Belafonte.
Black Bart.
No, I don't think so.
By the way, yeah, I think in the WrestleMania 7.
Rest of the Iron Sheik.
Poor Gordon Lightfoot. Rest in peace, Gordon. The Canadian crooner. I'll tell you what, I can listen to Gordon Lightfoot every day, and it makes my wife physically angry.
Yeah.
She'll sit there for a second, she'll get up and she'll turn and she'll go, I can't do it today. I don't have it in me.
So what do we land on? 30 points for me? What do we get?
Julian Sands,
Yeah.
you get a point for every piece of his body they found. So once we get that report, we'll talk about it.
They found
Okay.
42 pieces.
Oh, no. I thought it was just one strand of hair.
Everyone just give me 5 points each.
No,
Of
I'm
our own
only
points?
7 points ahead of me. I'm not messing around with that.
You guys stink. In not surprising news, Ryan Seacrest will take over as the host of Wheel of Fortune when Pat Sajak retires after the 2023-2024 season.
Now, didn't he announce he's leaving the Kelly Ripa show?
He already did.
Oh, he's already gone.
Oh,
'Cause
he
Mark-
was on. I saw it yesterday.
Consuelo and
Yeah,
Consuelo.
Consuelo, yeah.
Okay, so
Which, by the way, if he leaves, then it's over. Like, get rid of Kelly. She's the
Yeah.
problem.
yeah, because they're married. So
Right.
if he leaves,
I think that show still does well for
Oh,
its
yeah.
time slot.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure it does,
Yeah.
but I'm saying that, how
Yeah.
many co-hosts are you going to have? You pushed Regis out, you
Yeah.
stinky feet
Which
lady.
led
and
to
then-
his death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, absolutely killed him. And then she's been through
Stinky feet lady.
Michael Strahan,
Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest. Who else was
But
on there?
see, the thing with Seacrest is he announced that he was leaving there, I think, once he knew he was taking over the Wheel of Fortune job. Because as we discussed earlier, the Wheel of Fortune job is easy because they bang them out in like a month.
Yeah.
And the whole season's done. Ryan Seacrest probably is working his ass off right now doing all these radio and TV.
Seacrest has been on there for a long time, and he left way before Pat Sajak announced anything about Wheel of Fortune. I mean, that may
Yeah,
be
but-
behind the scenes.
Right, behind
but-
the
Yeah.
scenes, somebody might say, hey, I represent Ryan and Pat's talking about this year being his last year. If we can get Ryan that gig, Ryan, you don't have to do this show anymore. You don't have to do that show. You could do your radio show, and you could do American Idol. And
Producing
then for
and-
1
yeah.
month, we'll pay you $50 million to do Wheel of Fortune. Now, do they get Maggie Sajak to take over for Vanna?
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
I mean, maybe Ryan doesn't want Maggie. Maybe he wants somebody else.
yeah, I don't know.
You got to kick. Vanna White's gone.
Yeah, Vanna
She's
is going to
old.
look
Yeah.
so old compared to little
Yeah.
sprite Ryan
Or
Seacrest.
what if they're like, Toby, turn the letters. Like they decide to go with a guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you said. I would imagine
Ugh.
it's going to be a transgender lesbian with one leg.
I'd watch that.
Yeah,
I'd watch that for sure.
They could go with no one. They could have nobody because just it's all there's no letters to turn
right.
now.
I know,
anyways.
but people like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta have somebody.
Yeah, she is.
The crazy thing to me is Ryan Seacrest now has replaced Casey Kasem, Dick Clark,
Yeah.
Regis, and now Pat Sajak.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably more. Rick
that-
Dees.
Rick D. Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing. I mean, that is as far as like iconic broadcasters and that's insane.
Ryan says it's full circle moment for him because he hosted creator Merv Griffin's game show Click 25 years ago.
I don't dislike him for his success. I just don't like him for any reason. He's nothing to me. He's not good or bad.
Yeah.
He's just Ryan Seacrest. He's very vanilla. He's very Pat Sajak.
I think Letterman said it the best. He called him a haircut.
yeah.
He goes, that haircut over there.
Yeah.
He never could have imagined that
No.
level of success from going to American
As
Idol
a midday
ever.
or jock on a Star 95 type station. Or
I
You're gonna
bet-
replace all those people.
I bet out of all those things that he's done, having all the different radio stations that he's on, replacing all these people and doing all this stuff, he made the most money off of Kardashians.
Oh,
in that.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Shh. You hear that? That was Brian Dunkelman shooting himself
Oh.
again.
Oh no.
The Dunkelman.
Dunkelman.
Jeez.
Dunkelman was on our show and said the reason he quit American Idol was because he didn't like the turn it was taking where they
Yeah.
were making fun of the kids and all
not
that.
good.
Yeah.
What a
Thanks, Dunk.
hero.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you can live in your one bedroom apartment with peace.
Ryan Seacrest is worth like $800 million.
Ugh,
I am not familiar with this guy, but we all are going to be very familiar with him, I guess. David Cornsweet.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it? Cornsweet?
Yes.
Cornsweet.
I would imagine that's how you pronounce it, but that is spelled
Corenswet.
Cornsweet.
Yeah, David Cornsweet.
Horse sweat or corn?
Corn.
Corn. Okay.
Corn,
Like if your corn is perspiring.
corn sweat or corn's wet?
Corn sweat.
You know who he's going to be? Superman.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. From the.
But hold on, before you look at him.
I saw the picture.
Before you look at him, let me tell you two things. One is this is the James Gunn Superman, right? And James Gunn liked Henry Cavill, who I thought was a great Superman, but this is focusing more on a younger Superman. And when you look at the IMDb, Henry Cavill is listed in it, so I think there's going to be a little bit of back and forth with mostly about his a young.
How young? Like teenage or
no.
20s,
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy he's 29
and he
years
looks
old,
just
so
like Henry Cavill.
He could play. I mean, looking at him, he could play 23, 24.
Yeah.
You know, he is 6'4", which is good.
6'4".
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
He was in a horror movie called Pearl. I don't know. If
I do
anybody
know
saw it.
Pearl. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You're very excited about it.
Very excited. Nobody else saw it. Can we share notes?
So he is going to be in the upcoming Superman Legacy, and then Rachel Brosnahan. Brosnahan,
Yes.
from the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel,
Annoying.
will play Lois Lane.
Not hot enough.
I mean, also too old, I think, if he's in his 20s. At first, I thought she was going to play his mother. I didn't know. Like, she's way older than him, right?
no, I don't. The
She's
picture I
32.
saw, she looked like pretty age
32,
appropriate.
yeah. So
Oh,
she's
I
3
thought
years
she was
older.
older. Anyway, she's going to be a good Lois Lane because Lois Lane's annoying, and I feel like she's annoying. But I think this is good because it shows a little bit of James Gunn humor in it as well, which is what Superman was lacking. There was no humor at all.
Well, they're rebooting the whole thing.
Yeah.
All the old DC stuff is going away.
But Henry Cavill's listed in that
Yeah.
movie, so
Well, Henry Cavill apparently had a great audition for James
I
Bond.
read that. Yeah,
That they said they loved him, and he's English,
Yeah.
and
See
he's
that.
handsome, and
So
all
handsome.
that stuff. And he is, how old is Henry Cavill? 30s?
I would say he's probably like 36.
Yeah. So I mean, if you put it 10 years in,
He's
or
40.
whatever. So okay, even
Over.
40, even 40 to 50, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, for being a James Bond, it'd be decent.
Super handsome, English, tall, good.
I don't know if that'll happen or not, but they
Hello?
said he had a great audition.
That was his audition. Hello.
Oi.
Oh, he'd be good.
hello,
He'd be
governor.
good. Yeah.
Screen Actors Guild members sent a letter saying that they're prepared to strike if a fair deal isn't made by Friday. It was signed by more than 300 actors, including Meryl Streep, Ben Stiller, Jennifer Lawrence, a bunch of different big A-listers. So
If the
they're
writer's strike isn't taken care of.
right, yeah.
Yeah. So Jennifer Lawrence's new movie coming out.
Yeah.
Do you know that? I guess she does full frontal in the new
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about
Pretty
that?
excited.
She did full backside in the
Yeah.
pictures that were
See,
leaked.
I've already
remember?
seen her naked. So.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
probably why she's doing it because it's already out
She's
there
like,
anyways.
yeah, might as well.
I also think she's just kind of naturally fun and
Do you know who Melanie Martinez is?
Yeah, she's sales. She's a
No,
sales chick
that's a
here.
different one.
Oh.
That's a different.
Melanie Martinez.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty common name.
Is she?
I know a radio girl named Melanie Martinez.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
No, she is a singer. She was on The Voice, and I remember her because I was like, I don't know who this person is. But then I saw and I was like, oh, I remember her being on there. And do you know who like her character thing is?
Her character.
Yeah, so she has that thing
Oh,
where it's got two
yeah.
sets of eyes
Ooh.
and talks like this and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Sam just did a
Yeah.
interview with her or whatever. I mean, you know, whatever.
Sam did an interview with this thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
like a Skype interview.
As this.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
and has a pitched high helium voice.
When she sings too.
No, just like whenever she does interviews.
Yeah. How Sam was able to have like a straight face and interview her like in a serious manner.
Like when she was on The Voice,
Yeah.
she was really good. Like she would play like ukulele and then play like a thing with her foot. And
No
stuff. And
mask, though?
And she's got a cool voice. No mask. Cute, weird looking girl.
So why did she do this?
I don't know why she's doing this, but the reason I'm bringing her up is fans of Melanie Martinez were very upset that their $400 VIP package included a meet and greet. with a hologram.
Oh.
Could you imagine?
Poor form.
Or I wouldn't want to meet her with the mask, because how do you know it's her?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like it.
Because if you look at her without the mask, she's a cute, like
Yeah.
quirky, weird-looking girl.
I feel like she's trying to. She's like a Lady Gaga
Yeah,
knockoff.
yeah, oh,
Like,
absolutely.
It's
The
been
meat suit,
done.
yeah, the meat suit worked. Whatever.
I don't think
Also-
she's going to be famous. She only has 16 million listens a month.
Yeah. Also, I guess she's popular, but also we already know who you are. Like it's
There's no mystery there,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, she is the one with the hair over her face.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you see her quite a bit now. Like before, she's
Yeah.
covered up a lot.
She was covered up a lot in the beginning, and then I was at a party that she was at, and she goes, "Do you know where the bathroom is?" And I go, "Because I came out of the bathroom."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Do you know where the bathroom is?" I go, "Yeah, it's around the corner. Go cover your face." I didn't say that to her, but I was like, "Yeah, you either do it all the time or you don't do it at all."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I mean,
Half-assed.
very nice lady though.
think about Kiss. How Kiss used to be.
Like they hit it really well. They
Right.
did it like wrestlers. They
That's
hit
what
their
I'm saying.
gimmick. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You never
Or
saw Kiss without their makeup.
the guitarist Buckethead with the Kentucky Fried Chicken and the mask and
Yeah.
stuff. I have
So
no
dumb.
idea.
So dumb.
Corey Taylor, Slipknot says they always
Yeah.
regret the fact that they wore masks.
Yeah.
Well, I asked Corey Taylor when we had him on the show. I go, "Hey, that's a pretty good gimmick till you're in the outdoor amphitheater in Florida. And it's 9,000 degrees in
Yeah.
your smelly ass mask."
I have some new music for you guys.
I gotta tell you, Galvin, I love new music.
I know you love it. I know you love it. Tell me who you think this is. I'll tell you it is a current artist.
Okay.
La la la.
No,
la,
that's
la.
not going to be it. Take a listen. Carmen,
Maybe
play
if he
it.
wore a mask, it would be better.
Carmen, play it. You guys let me know when you know who it is. Just shout it out. Here we go.
Foo Fighters.
No.
Is
No, this is
this you too?
Who?
You too?
No.
no. I feel like I know this. Hold on, give me a second. I feel like I know it, but I can't get it.
Any other guesses? I'll start giving some hints.
Can you give us a second? Let it kick in. Stone Temple Pilots.
No.
I don't know.
This is off the second album from this artist. This person plays all the instruments on the album and sings.
Wolfie?
Wolfgang Van
Oh,
Halen.
yeah.
This is Mammoth WVH.
He's a good singer.
I think he killed his father.
Oh.
I mean, you didn't hear anything about Wolfgang Van Halen's music until his father died. Now he's got 2 albums out, and everybody's talking about it,
Black
taking him on
Sacrifice.
tour.
Yeah.
I think it sounds good.
Yeah, so this is a song called Take a Bow. It is off the next album coming out, Mammoth 2, which is Mammoth WVH release. So that's going to be out on August 4th. That was new from Wolfgang.
Is he still
I
the
do like
size
it.
of a mammoth, or is he
Ooh.
slimming back?
Mamma mia. I got to
Oh,
tell
you
you,
got Eddie's guitar talent, Valerie's fat jeans.
listen, you put tires on him, he is a tour bus.
Oh, my
It is
God.
unbelievable.
Poor kid. He's sad eating. He's sad eating.
Well, it's, it's time to stop sad eating.
Yeah.
It is really something. So from that music to this music, the Rays have announced the country artist Lee Brice and I Love the 90s tour will be coming to Tropicana Field. The I Love the 90s tour features artists Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, Montel Jordan, and Tone Loc.
Yeah.
Lee Brice will
I'm
be
not mad at
performing for
that.
fans after the game against the Guardians on August 11th. And then you got the
Give
I
me
Love,
the 90s bands again,
you
one by
got
one.
Vanilla Ice.
Okay, dum, 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 one
Right. You got Rob Bass.
song. One song.
I think 2 songs for Rob Bass. It takes 2, and then what's the other
and
one?
the joy.
Yeah.
Pain. Pump it up. Pump it up.
This is how we do
Do
it.
it. Montel Jordan one
Yep.
song.
Yeah, absolutely.
And please stop sending me the Howie do it meme.
Yeah.
I've seen it a million times. It's funny, but I got it.
And then Tone Loc. Tone Loc's got a few songs.
2 songs. Got
Wild Thing,
Wild Thing and Funky Cole Medina.
Funky Cole Medina, and I think he had one other one. If I can't name it, I guess it doesn't count. Yeah. So, but that's why they're putting them all together.
Yeah, everybody does 2 songs. I'm not mad at that.
You got Vanilla Ice does Ice Ice Baby and Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You got Rob Bass, It Takes Two, Joy and Pain. Montel Jordan's just going to do This Is How We Do It twice.
That was how we did it.
This is how we're still doing it.
I love the fact that NSYNC and or Backstreet Boys, not NSYNC, are doing TV commercials where they're kind of making fun of themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
That to me is a good sign of just what good sports they are.
Well, Montel does a general commercial, I think, where him and Shaq.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he does something. This is how we do it.
Do you know,
whatever.
I went to dinner with Montel Jordan one time.
Really?
In my early days in radio
Yeah.
in Las Vegas. And he was telling us how he named himself after his 2 heroes, Michael Jordan and Montel Jordan.
That's
Montel
hilarious.
Williams.
Montel Williams.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it was Montel Williams
Oh, it was?
and
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. That's where he got the 2 names. His real name was like Steve Mickelsburg.
And finally, in news, the American Customer Satisfaction Index ranks the top fast food places according to things like quality, speed, accuracy, and how polite the staff
I
are.
wasn't going to bring this up, but I had a bad experience yesterday at a place where you never have bad experiences.
Well, do you want to name that place?
I know
Yes.
number
And
one.
I can tell you where they rank on the list. Who do you think's number one?
Number one, hands down, Chick-fil-A.
You say Chick-fil-A. Where is the place you had a bad experience?
The best place, is that what you said?
Huh?
Is it the best places? Your list.
Yeah, the best place.
Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
yeah, but no. Mine was at PDQ.
Oh,
All right. Well, let's
And
see.
I don't blame PDQ. I blame.
Where do they rank on the list? I will tell you. They've been doing it since 1994. Coming in number one, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
For the 9th year in a row.
Yeah, it's not
I
even
mean,
close.
they're dominating. Other fast food places may take them soon. Jimmy John's jumped way up on the list, finished 2nd this year.
Freaky fast.
Chick-fil-A's average was 85 out of 100. Jimmy John's got an 84, so they're right behind them.
Jimmy John's is. I know it's part of their commercial, but it's ridiculously fast.
It's actually freaky fast.
I mean, you order it through the drive-through, and while you're still saying the beef and roast beef, their sandwich is done already.
Yeah.
You're like, how is this possible?
So the top 10 rankings are Chick-fil-A, Jimmy John's, then what comes in at third? What do you think?
McDonald's.
Chipotle,
No.
Burger King.
You're going to be very surprised. You're very surprised.
Jack
with
in
this.
the Box.
No.
Wendy's.
KFC.
What?
I got to tell you, KFC's always been a bad experience for me.
Bad experience, and they were the last person to take debit cards too.
Yeah.
Great food, though.
Papa John's, then Domino's, Five Guys, Pizza Hut, Starbucks, Arby's, and Dunkin'. Out of the 23 restaurants they looked at, McDonald's finished dead last
Wow.
again.
Okay, but in
Yo,
McDonald's
geez.
defense, they have the most restaurants.
Yeah.
And they have the most employees, and I
Carmen said
think it's
no.
unfair.
Subway. Yeah, Subway.
Yeah, but Subway's garbage. Subway's garbage. You're not getting as much traffic as McDonald's is.
I did eat at a Subway like a week ago, and they've cleaned things up.
I
Yeah,
heard.
yeah.
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 They're
All
neat-
right, but
they're-
they're no Jimmy John. If you can go to a
No.
Jersey Mike's or a Jimmy John's, you're not going to go to Subway.
That's
Yeah.
true. They slice their own meat now, which is a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
thing.
they're doing that. Whatever. I got to tell you, Jersey Mike's with the I love oil and vinegar on a sub is
Yep.
just. I mean,
Perfect.
that puts it over the top. So McDonald's terrible, followed by Taco Bell, Sonic, Jack in the Box, and Wendy's.
Same thing at Taco Bell. You're only going to Taco Bell during rush hour, lunch break, or 3 o'clock in the morning, so you're not going to get the best service.
They also rank sit-down places. The top 5, the best ones this year are. What do you think? Sit-down places that are chain restaurants.
TGI
like a-
Fridays.
TGI Fridays.
Olive
no.
Garden.
Olive Garden came in number 5. How
Oh,
dare you
my
list?
God.
But I will tell you, I think they're better. But who? Anybody else? What do we
Sit
got?
down restaurant.
Applebee's.
Chili's.
Applebee's, no. Chili's, no. But it's those type of restaurants. that are-
Outback.
Outback, number 1.
Yeah.
Outback's always good.
Yep.
Listen, you bring the brown bread, I'm happy.
Hey, brown it off.
yeah. Cracker Barrel came in second. Then Longhorn Steakhouse, Texas Roadhouse, followed by Olive Garden.
Oh, I love a Texas Roadhouse.
Just throw them shells on the floor.
Right on the floor.
baby.
Right on the floor. Don't even care about it.
So I had to go to PDQ on Waters yesterday,
Yeah.
and I was in a hurry. I had to pick up my daughter from camp. So we go to the window. We order 2 chicken sandwiches, meals, right?
Okay.
Drinks, the whole deal.
Mhm.
Now, I will tell you, Fatty was trying to eat a little healthier, so I didn't want my sauce on my. I didn't want the PDQ sauce on my chicken,
Mhm.
and I didn't want all the butter on the broccoli. So I knew there would be a little bit of a delay, right?
Right.
So I order it. I go up to the window, pay for it, and she goes, pull up that spot over there. So I go, okay, pull up to the spot. And I was there for 12 minutes. 12 minutes!
Yeah.
I pull back around the building and I
You're
go,
no
hey.
longer fast food.
No.
I go, just give me a refund. I got to go. And she's like, you don't want your food? I go, I did want it 12 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's coming now. And I go, like, right now? And she goes, yeah. And she just took it and, like, kind of tossed it at me. And I went, you.
Oh.
Not cool.
To order.
Yes. That's fine, and that's understandable. But to be sitting in a parking space for 12 minutes with nobody in the drive-thru waiting was ridiculous. Now, this will not stop me. I've had plenty of great experiences at PDQ. I blame that one girl more than I do the whole restaurant.
Was she
The
running
only-
back cooking the food? Or?
She was the one in the window.
So I bet it's all her fault.
No, but she was a lot. There was. I bet she forgot to tell them to cook
Yeah.
it. I do have another big beef with PDQ.
I don't think they serve beef.
They stopped with the little apple and the
Ooh, a little caramel.
little caramel.
I don't think they
thing.
do the tater tots anymore either.
What?
I think they just have the waffle fries.
They did not bother to ask me these things.
I think they have a lot of seasonal stuff.
They did have zucchini fries yesterday. I can tell you that. Yeah. Anyway, now I want to go back to PDQ again. So I guess it all worked out.
Yeah.
I don't like Chick-fil-A. I don't like the. They're not bad. I just don't like their.
You don't like Christians.
No, I don't like those nuggets that they have. Their nuggets are weird, and to me, but my kids love it. My wife loves it. I am still amazed. Every time I go through Chick-fil-A, I go, you guys are very efficient. Very efficient. They do such a great job.
I've only been to Chick-fil-A, I think, like twice in my life.
Yeah.
But I do not like their lettuce. They have that real dark, big, giant green lettuce.
Yeah.
It looks like they just pulled it from out back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I don't. I really enjoy the shredded lettuce. If you're going to do anything, shredded iceberg lettuce on the sandwich is the way to go.
Sounds
But there are few places that are doing grilled chicken sandwiches anymore. PDQ does, and does Chick-fil-A.
They do,
PDQ
yeah.
grilled
Yeah.
chicken sandwich was
But-
quite delicious.
But like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, none of them do grilled chicken sandwich anymore.
Fat America. Nobody
Yeah,
likes grilled.
yeah. But Wendy's had one of the best grilled chicken sandwiches. It was really good.
Agreed.
See,
Whataburger has the best.
Wendy's grilled chicken sandwich to me was the same as putting a flip flop on a bun. It's just ugh.
I get the grilled chicken at Culver's, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Culver's.
Culver's-
I don't know.
Ah.
He does,
do.
but he gets a big vanilla shake with it.
Yeah, I
Pours
get
it
the,
on top.
I get the ice cream afterwards.
Yeah.
Culver's is decent.
Yeah.
You know, as far as like the sit down chain things, whatever, I tried it once because you had talked about it before, and I'm just not a fan. It's just not for me. It's very just corporate, too much salt is Cheddar's.
Oh, I hate
Oh,
chicken.
yeah. I've never heard anybody say a good thing about
So-
Cheddar's.
We
the
went there
be-
one time. I was like, let's check it out, whatever. And it was
Yeah.
just like, blah.
You know, my big problem with Cheddar's was it's like everything's fresh, you know, and all that, and yeah, right. So I got a salad, and they served me a salad with the butt of the salad in it,
Oh.
that little, and a giant piece of plastic that the salad came
Oh.
in. And I was like, what happened to it being fresh? I went there one time, I never went back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cheddar. Ugh.
Yeah, listen, Chili's is going to dump salt in all your stuff, but they're
Yeah.
not telling you it's fresh.
Nah,
They're like, it's
no.
Chili's, and we have 2 for $1 at the bar or whatever, you know.
And
So.
try
And
not
chips.
to eat that queso.
I
Yeah.
almost thought you were going to say Chewy's, which I was going to very
I have not been.
adamantly disagree
I have
with.
not
missing out.
been.
You're
I'll have
missing
to
out.
try it out.
It's good
I'll
stuff.
try
Chewy's
it
makes their own chips.
Yeah.
out. I will tell you, I will make the trip for Capriati's. Capriati's.
Capriati's
Very
is good
good.
too.
Something
So
else.
what are we getting? Food now? Is that where we're at?
Come on, Carmen, where's the bread?
Starving.
Oh.
No, I mean our
your
bread.
bread.
Breast
your bread. Breast
Yeah.
bread.
Breast.
All right.
Fried
That's coming
egg.
up.
Fried egg.
Fried eggs.
Right.
Is that it for news?
That is it for news.
All right. Thank you, Galvin.
Got it.
Now I got to go find a snack that is going to pale in comparison to the things we all talked about.
Enjoy it.
I want to remind you, if your AC is not kicking the way it should be, you might need a $39 AC system check from Super Heat and Air. They'll come out there and they'll evaluate your airflow. Maybe you're not getting a lot of airflow. Maybe something's kinked up somewhere. If you need a tune-up, they got an $8 to $9 tune-up available. They do a 35-point AC maintenance special. They'll go over it. They'll fill it up with refrigerant up to 2 pounds. You can tell them you heard about it on this show and that you'd like them to come on out and get your AC super kicking, which I may need to do. It's been so hot.
How hot is it?
Thank you. I leave it at 68, but it goes to 73, and I don't like it at all. I guarantee you Super Heat and Air will take care of all your AC needs. They are the fine folks who put the AC right here in this home, in this studio, and they also put in a Warrior Carbon air purifier. If somebody who has allergies, you'd be surprised how much this helps. It kills all the germs and everything before it comes into your home. I did that around the COVID time and started immediately sleeping better, believe it or not. The allergies get really bad as you get older, and these things help kill it in your home right there from the AC unit. Go to the website, superheatandair.com, and if you need a new AC unit, you can get 0% interest and no payments for 18 months. Only Super Heat and Air offers that. Superheatandair.com. Hit them up today. Let them know you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. We'll take a break. Ian Beckles will join us this hour. We'll also have a brand new open letter from Galvin that happens next on 102.5 The Bone. October 4th, 2023 will be 40 years. And in honor of the anniversary on the 4th of every month, Hooters will be hosting throwback events all year, bringing the 80s back. And the next one's happening on Tuesday, the 4th of July, which I imagine everybody has off. What better place to go than one of the 11 Tampa Bay area Hooters locations? You can go on by and to thank their customers, Hooters will be having wings for only 83 cents and $5 Bud Light, and Michelob Ultra Big Daddy mugs on that day only. And, of course, the Hooters girls will be in their best 80s gear, which is cool because most of them weren't even born in the 80s, so it'd be kind of hot to see. It's officer dine-in. Other restrictions apply, but it's Hooters. It's 4th of July. Go by there and enjoy some delicious 83-cent wings. I love the Hoots. Haven't been there in a little while. Last time I went there with you guys, I had a salad.
Oh.
Or my son thought something was wrong. He goes, "You're not feeling good? You on a diet?" I just got to try and keep an eye on things a little bit. I'm getting old.
Put some cheese sauce on that salad.
I mean, look, I'd eat your hand with some cheese sauce on it.
So good.
Not gonna lie. Ian Beckles is going to be here in a little bit, and I'm going to play a game with him that I've been meaning to play every time he comes in the studio, and I keep forgetting.
Oh, yeah?
I also want to talk to him about some sensitive material,
Questions.
but I don't know if he can answer those. Questions. But in the meantime, right now, speaking of sensitive, time to check in with Galvin. He's got a brand new open letter.
This is an open letter to people that don't know they're the problem. Dear people that don't know they're the problem, seriously, there are way too many people that think their life is a movie and they're the star. Guess what? Just like in the movies, there are way more extras than there are stars. So go grab a mop and continue to fake clean. Ever get stuck behind somebody pulling out into traffic, but they have to get into the far lane? They should just pull out when they can, but not Mr. I don't know, I'm the problem. He sits there and waits for the whole world around him to stop so that he doesn't have to take 2 seconds to use basic driving skills. People filming in the locker room or in the gym, and they get mad when someone walks by their camera or doesn't want to be on their stupid video. One, you're not Scorsese filming a multi-million-dollar film with DiCaprio, and there's signs and securities to stop people from wandering on set. You're a 20-something ass clown with a ring light in a facility where people pay a monthly membership to be in. Also, I'm pretty sure the 50-something-year-old mother of 3 that's just trying to get in better shape doesn't want to be standing there with wet hair, half naked, in your influencer video you're recording in the gym locker room. Janet ain't looking for likes. People at the drive-thru, people that sit in the wrong seat at a concert or sporting event, idiots that cut you off in traffic and then honk at you and give you the finger. Yes, I'm sorry I was driving completely legally down the road. I'm the problem. The problem with these people is that they have no idea that they're actually the problem. They think the world revolves around them. And unfortunately, they'll continue to act like idiots because people need their business, so they try to appease them. That's where I come in. People give me a hard time because I can't really bite my tongue or hold back. But really, you should be thanking me. I'm helping you because I tell these idiots what they're doing wrong right to their face. I go out of my way to put myself in danger for you, the good people of Earth. I should wear a cape. It's the rays from your yellow sun that makes it possible for me to yell at these dopes on your behalf. Unfortunately, more stupid people are being born every day, and I can't save everyone. Where is my Justice League? I'm Galvin from the Mike Kelta Show, and this has been an open letter to people that don't know they're the problem.
I mean, if you're sitting there right now thinking, I don't know, then you're the problem.
Yeah.
You're the absolute problem.
Have you ever had somebody cut you off and then honk and flip you? I just don't understand that. I was driving down the road completely legally, totally normal. You cut me off. Why are you honking and giving me the finger?
Do you know what I do? I go, me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
That's all I do.
Me.
I'm the problem.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, it's good for business, but I don't understand how people drive in traffic. I really don't. It is upsetting to me at all costs. And thankfully, because of this show, we never have to. We in the mornings we beat traffic, in the afternoons we beat traffic, and it's just been miserable. Joining us in the studio today is our friend Ian Beckles. How are you doing, buddy?
Very well, thank you.
I gotta check out the jewelry right away. What do we got? What do we got going there?
I don't know, a little silver joint, you know?
Yeah, it looks like intertwined snakes from here, but I'm kind of
Okay.
old. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, how you been?
Life is good.
Yeah,
And freedom is not having to ever sit in traffic.
it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how upsetting it is to be trapped in there and not be able to go anywhere. I was in the car for so long yesterday, and my ass hurt when I got out, and my wife made me so mad because she was like, "All right, let me tell you. Let me break this down."
Okay.
So yesterday we had to go pick up my daughter, and she was near Grill and Provisions. Okay, have you been there on Armenia?
Love the place.
Not only do they do great food for the tailgate, but they have a shop there. First of all, you can go there and eat there. It's great. And you
Brisket's
can
wicked.
eat brisket. It's a brisket shop is what they have, the brisket shop. It's fantastic. And then if you're a big green egg or a pizza oven person or any of those sort of grills, they have all the accessories in there. They're official dealers. It's a beautiful store. So I was over there, and I don't have many opportunities to be over there. And I go, let me pop in and get some stuff for dinner. She wanted to have steaks for dinner. So I go in there, and I see Danny, and he's like, let me cut you some ribeyes. And I was like, yes, perfect, you know. So I get the ribeyes, and I'm very excited, and we're leaving. And she's like, are you still going to go to Prime Butcher? And I go, well, no, we can go to Prime Butcher another day. Not only because we already have steaks, but Prime Butcher's also an hour from where we are. And just silence, and I could tell someone. I go, what? And she's like, well, I wanted a fillet. Well, you wanted a fillet, but you got a ribeye. And she's like, well, the ribeyes just got more fat. I go, Jesus Christ, eat the goddamn steak that you've been given. So of course we went to Prime Butcher, and we got the fillets for the girls and the ribeyes for the guys. So it worked out great. I had two of the best steak places, two of the best meat providers in the area making dinner last night, and I cooked it up. They came out good. My wife cannot eat a steak if it's got any sort of red on it. It's got to be not well done, but it's got to be. And I go, you eat it. This is the way it should be. It makes me so mad. And steaks are going to get divorced in this house. It really is.
Well, you're speaking to somebody who is divorced, so maybe I shouldn't be giving a lot of advice.
Was it steak that guy?
No, there's a lot of other stuff, but I think my household was different. I think my wife would know not to complain about the steak.
Oh, because you backhand her.
No.
She know better not to get lippy, is what you're saying.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you cleaning that one up. I just don't do that too well.
Yeah.
I just don't. I was brought up with West Indian parents,
Right.
And they don't play. There's not a lot of. Okay, if I'm making food, you're gonna eat it, and if you don't like it, don't eat it.
Oh, but she won't.
But you can't. Well, then she won't. I
Yeah.
mean, but then I can see that maybe me and your wife probably couldn't be married.
You probably can be married.
We
You get along
we
great.
probably kill each other.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
but
saying?
I understand where I rank in the system.
You have to concede it to some things. Listen, I worked with Ron Diaz for 20 years.
Yeah, you
have
gotta know
to
how to get
concede some
along,
things.
yeah.
Yes, you do.
Listen, my wife, her pros outweigh the cons big time.
No doubt.
So if I don't like the way she enjoys her steak, but I love the way she handles our finances, it balances out, I think, in my favor.
Well, everybody looks and they're like, look how fine that is. I want to marry her. It ain't got nothing to do with how fine they are.
No.
Find a young lady who is respectable, accountable, and will raise your kids. And big asses don't raise kids.
No, they don't.
They really don't.
Find yourself a hot chick that eats 3 Dove candy bars and watches Jeopardy with you every night, and you got yourself a winner.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And whatever is important to you, like some people aren't big eaters, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, I needed someone who could cook, okay? That was important to me.
Yeah.
Not to everybody. It's not important to everybody.
No. She can't cook to save her life.
Okay.
Yeah.
You tell her that?
Yeah. She's got like 4 things that she can make that are edible, but nothing really good. Although she does hit me every once in a while. She's like, try these Greek meatballs. And I go, come on, get away from me with that. But then I ate them, and I was like, all right, I got to tell you.
What about
I'm wrong on this one.
the fart soup? She makes a fart
She
soup.
makes a great fart soup. Yeah, she's part of the 4.
Yeah.
It's fart soup. It's a pot roast. It's the Greek meatballs and maybe one random one I'm not thinking of right now.
What is the base for fart soup?
Fart soup is a cauliflower tomato base with shredded chicken like inside of it.
Okay.
And
But
diced farts.
I mean,
I was wondering where the fart came from.
Ian, you eat this. It tastes good. It smells good. It's great. The next day, you fart your face off.
Is there cabbage in there?
No, it's cauliflower.
Oh,
I think.
cauliflower.
Maybe it is some cabbage.
Yeah,
going on,
because I know
yeah.
cauliflower definitely does it, but
Sure.
It
cauliflower
is
as well.
a farting. If you have a problem with gas, eat fart soup. You'll be farting the whole next day.
I make a mean cream curried cabbage.
Ooh.
It's mean.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mean.
I would imagine the curry and the cabbage are cleaning you out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Boy,
My wife knows how to make one thing, but I like to cook, so it works out.
I like to cook as
Yeah.
well. And towards the end of my marriage, it was just me cooking.
Ian, can you grab that microphone and see if that one works if you talk into it?
Hello?
Yeah.
It's too sensitive?
Unplug that one. Unplug it or shut it off or whatever. That one picks up the whole room,
Yeah,
and
that's-
that one's on a gate. So
Okay, here we go.
yeah, sorry,
Oh,
Joe. I know
there
you-
you
Joe's
there you
losing
go.
his damn mind right now.
There you go. Is that okay for you?
Hey, Joe.
Is that okay for you on that one?
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, that one has a it blocks out the background. All right, listen to me. Just two things I want to talk to you about.
All right.
We're gonna play a game today
Okay.
called Black, Canadian, or Both.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do that,
I won't get any mistakes.
and you won't.
I'm pretty good at that.
All right, gotta look them all up.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you about something else, but I have to ask you off the air if we could talk about it.
I'm scared.
Yeah. I don't think
It's
you're gonna
nothing
be
bad for you.
scared.
Yeah.
I just don't. I brought it up yesterday.
Okay.
I'll tell you. Want me to tell you what it is right now, and then we can talk about it off the air.
Please.
So we were discussing Justin Pulowski, who I believe you worked with before.
He was my producer. Yes.
Right. And the fact that he was arrested for and charged with soliciting a young boy and sending him pictures with all that stuff. Anyway, the whole point was that he was dating Holly, who worked for Miguel and Holly, and they're still dating, I think. And that's what we were talking about yesterday. But what I was going to talk to you about is when we went to break, the influx of information that poured into me from former DAE employee, or maybe from current DAE employees, I don't know. Did you get along with him? I mean, you obviously didn't know anything about this. I don't know the guy. I think I met him one time. The stories around him were that he was a drunk a-hole at Lightning games and stuff. So I don't know if he's got problems. I don't know what his deal is. But did you know him on a personal level? Did you like him at the time or what? Because I don't want to put you in a position that's bad.
No, I'm not scared a whole lot.
No, I know you're not
yeah,
scared,
yeah,
but
yeah.
sometimes you don't need to
No,
pile
absolutely,
on. You know?
absolutely. Me and Justin never had an issue. Okay, so he was there with Ron, and a lot of times he was a middle guy, and there was no issue.
Right.
Him and Ron didn't get along.
I knew that,
and
yeah.
they bumped heads, and
Yeah.
there was a little to do, and Justin had to go.
Yeah.
Me and Justin never had a problem. When he went across the street, I heard from other people he was talking about me poorly in the building and also
like
on
Hoppy
the air,
did.
like Hoppy did. So I'm to the point where, I'm old. I don't really need people who ain't good with me. You know what I'm saying? So we weren't great. So but the thing with Justin, everybody says, "Oh, I was shocked." If you heard that about anybody, you would be shocked.
No, there are certain people, like we used to have a guy who worked in the building.
But not people not people that I consider friends, though. Like,
Yeah.
what does that look like?
Yeah, no guy
You know
that's
what
ever
I
been to
mean?
my house, I'd ever go, that guy?
That
Yeah.
guy, exactly.
No, we had some guys that we used to work with that the kind that's got a lot of Disney stuff in his office.
I get it.
And you're like,
Candy.
I'm not saying he did that, but if you were to say that guy did that, I'd go, well, yeah, it made sense.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, okay, well, let's take a break. We'll talk about this stuff off the air, but I was surprised by how much information just came flooding at me and things I didn't know
There's
about.
probably stuff I don't know much about it. I really don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, either way, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna play Black, Canadian, or both. What you think you're gonna be good at? You are
Amazing.
black, correct?
And I am Canadian.
And Canadian.
So he's both.
And I'm both.
Uh-huh.
Ting ting.
I don't know if we played New York, Florida, or both. I don't think I'd be so great at it. I'm gonna give
Canadians
you a
are
person.
different. Canadians, we really.
Yeah,
don't know.
if you played American Italian,
You know how many New Yorkers? There's only like 20 Canadians.
Yeah, but I'm not. I wasn't gonna go American Italian and be like, all right, Amerigo Vespucci. And then you'd be like, oh, Italian. You know what I mean? I'm making them a little bit more difficult. Not if I pull out Martin Luther King, you're gonna be like, oh, I think that guy was black.
Please say
I'm
so.
trying to pull out as ones that you have to think about.
The thing is, I know all Canadians.
Oh,
I think.
all
I
right.
think I do.
We'll find
I
out.
think I do.
Black, Canadian, or both with Ian Beckles coming up next on 102.5 The Bone. 8:47 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. In the next hour, Dominic Ferriello is going to join us for Ask the Dom. You can get your legal questions in. Gio has one from this morning show. In the studio with us, our friend Ian Beckles. Ian is here to talk about an event that he's going to be working with. But first, we're going to play a new game that we came up with him. It's so new, we don't even have a song for it.
Okay.
It's called, because Ian is black. He is from Canada, and it is called Black, Canadian, or Both. You must get 3 in a row to win.
Now, is everybody playing or is just Ian?
Just Ian.
Okay.
Because you're not black or Canadian.
You don't know.
Oh, you know what? You're right. These days, it's hard to tell. I will give you, Carmen, maybe you want to do a little dingy or a incorrect buzzer or whatever.
Play with your dinghy, Carmen.
Now, these are people from all walks of life.
Okay.
They're artists, actors, politicians, statesmen, the whole deal. All right, up first, Ian, I will give you the person's name, and you will tell me whether they are black, Canadian, or both. Francois Abanda.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole point. You have to guess. I didn't know who it was either.
Okay,
Gordon Lightfoot was going to be out there?
Francois Bonda, I would say he's definitely black, so he's black. He sounds like he's from somewhere else, so I would say he's both.
He is not even a he. She is, in fact, both.
Thank you.
Francois Abanda is a tennis player who is black and Canadian.
See my logic?
Hey, look. That's what I figured you'd be able to figure some of these out. How about Aubrey Graham?
Can I ask who that is?
No, the whole point of the game.
If you can tell me who it is, you're not going to tell me.
They're
who.
all people who have of some sort of fame. You, by their name, have to tell me whether they are black, Canadian, or both. Aubrey Graham. This is somebody you do know. Shut up.
No.
Aubrey Graham.
Is that person? This is not even. You have to tell me who they are. You just have to tell me if they're black, Canadian, or both.
I'm going to say Aubrey is a black name, so I'm going to say black.
Okay. That is your final answer. Just black.
I'm going to say not Canadian because it just makes sense.
Okay. You would be wrong on that. You'd be half right.
Okay.
Aubrey is black.
Okay.
Aubrey Graham, better known by his stage name, Drake, is.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
All right.
Sneaky.
You are 1-1. 1-1. Ian Beckles, please tell me whether Elliot Page is black, Canadian, or both.
Is that their real name or is that an alias like that?
That is a real name. By the way, Aubrey Graham was a real name.
Elliot Page. That's not a black name. I'm saying a person is white and not Canadian.
Well, no, that's not. The game is black, Canadian, or both.
So that's be one.
He's saying neither.
So if there has to be one or the other,
Yeah.
that's a white name. So I'll say not black, Canadian.
Canadian. That would be correct.
Thank
Elliot Page, formerly known as
Ellen.
Ellen Page, is that what it was?
Right? Wasn't it?
Wasn't it
Juno.
Yeah.
Just call her
Just
Juno.
had a sex change. Now Elliot Page. But Canadian.
Okay.
All right. All right, here we go.
Only one mistake so far.
I like the way you figure it all out. Jerome Nginla.
Jerome McGinley is both.
I figured you'd get that, yeah. He is
Not a lot of white Jeromes.
Not a lot.
There's not.
You'd be surprised.
No, I wouldn't.
A lot of Jerrys
Name one.
were Jeromes. A lot of Jews were Jerry Jeromes.
They didn't say Jerome. They call themselves Jerry.
They call him Jerry, but their real name is Jerome. But
They won't say Jerome because they won't get good seats.
right. They're also not. What up, Jerome?
They're seated at the back.
Jerome. Yeah. All right. How about Carter G. Woodson?
Not black because black people don't use the letter in the middle. And Woodson is a black name, so that's messing me up. Carter is a white name.
By the way, Michael B. Jordan would argue.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true. Carter G.
Woodson.
I'm going to say Canadian, not black.
You'd be wrong.
Okay.
Carter is in fact black.
Okay.
Not only black, but he was the founder of the Association for the Study of African Americans.
Okay.
So that's all right.
He's really black. All
All right, here we go. You ready?
right.
Cornelius Krieghoff.
Definitely black. Kreekhoff, not Canadian. No way. No way.
Cornelius Krieghoff is in fact Canadian
Ugh.
and is not black.
Oh.
He is Canadian. He is an artist who did a lot of snowy paintings.
You're going obscure with it.
You
I
wanna
was
make
hoping to
it-
hearing Brian Adams. And,
yeah, of course. All right, how about you want an easy one? I'll give you one.
I don't want to easy one.
Willie O'Ree.
Willie O'Ree was both.
Willie O'Ree was the first black person to play in the NHL
Correct.
and was Canadian.
Do
Therefore,
you know that there was a black professional hockey league in Nova Scotia in the 1800s, and the NHL started in the 1900s?
I did not know that. So
Yeah.
we stole hockey from the black people?
They stole everything.
Well, you know.
Think about it.
Did we steal it or did you give it away?
You stole it.
Why did you keep it?
Or do we improve it?
Okay, no, you stole it. Then you didn't let us play.
Who invented basketball?
Here's
Black
my thing.
people.
Listen to me. If there was a bunch of guys on the ice with sticks, why'd you let some other guys come in and take it?
Well, I mean,
You had sticks. Fight.
that's what America does. We come and say
I'm sorry we're tough.
We put flags on stuff and say this is ours.
Right. Come take it. You want it?
Okay,
Come on.
I mean,
Listen.
I watched a movie last night. It made me love America. You ever see
Amistad?
Big Short?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
What
great.
a great
Yeah.
movie that is.
But boy, oh boy,
Yeah, we're a bunch of shysters.
you think?
We're a bunch. But look, history will tell us that that's the way we operate. Why do you think everybody loves Trump so much?
I
we
don't
love
know.
We
I
love
have
a
no
good. We
idea.
love a good shyster.
I have no idea.
Listen, you want to? Can I tell you why I love Trump so
Not
much?
it.
I don't know that I could vote for Trump, but why I love him. They had a tape, audio tape of him talking about, boasting about having classified documents, which
Correct.
he's been indicted for.
Correct.
And when they asked him about that, he goes, I was being bravado. He goes, they weren't even classified documents. I was holding up papers, being a tough guy. I just think the balls on this guy makes me laugh every time.
I think America sees things through different glasses. Because I tell you what, if he was African American, I'm not sure it would go over the same way.
By the way, the inventor of basketball, James Naismith, not black,
Okay,
but Canadian.
there you go.
Final one.
Okay,
Andre Degrassi.
definitely both.
That is correct. Andre Degrassi is a black Canadian sprinter. So not bad for your first round. Next time we play this game, I will give you more, and I will give you more recognizable names. I mean, I don't know how hard I can make it when I'm like Brian Adams.
Well,
We all
I
know
mean,
Brian.
once again,
Eugene Levy. I think you
Dikembe
will.
Great Mutombo.
Eugene Levy. It can be Mutombo is not Canadian, but he's
No,
black.
he is black.
He's black. All right. Yeah.
Blue black.
You can say that.
I know I can.
Have you ever seen that Sudanese model? The woman, she is beautiful, but her skin color is so dark. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also that one chick that's Canadian and kind of black because she's got that splotchy white,
Yeah,
the
is she Canadian?
vitiligo.
She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous, but she looks like a deer. You know, a deer's got like.
I understand what you're
yeah.
saying, but
I'm not mad at
I
it.
could overlook that. I think
Yeah.
for sure. There's
You know-
certain things I don't think I could overlook, like
What'd be the worst?
sometimes moles bother me.
Oh well, as a keeper of moles, it doesn't bother me. As a man who's been surrounded by them my whole life.
Well, you're not my type.
But what about you know what bothers me on a girl? Teeth. If you got
That's
some
important.
messed up teeth,
Yes.
man.
Fingernails.
Oh, yeah.
If a girl bites her fingernails, not it.
I don't care if she bites
No.
them
Down
but if
low?
No.
No,
She's
no,
got
no,
nubs.
no.
If she nubbed them down,
Or dirty fingernails, I'm out.
Yeah,
What if she bites her toenails?
That's a talent. That's a talent right there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you see a really hot girl, and I don't mean teeth like they were born with some bad teeth, and maybe they just don't have dental, and they're a little crooked or whatever. I can live with that. But a girl who's got like a brown
It's
teeth.
2023. You got to take care of your mouth.
Yeah.
You could just make them all new.
I know.
So you know what I mean? Come on. If it's not important to you, your mouth,
You know what else?
the rest
stinks.
of it's not important.
Yeah.
That's,
You know what else is mangled and smells like a dead shark? Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
All right, Ian Beckles is here. Now, how long have you been divorced? I know you were divorced. but I don't
It's
know
a
how
couple
long.
years.
So what's the status? you stay a single guy, or you got a couple?
Yeah, I'm gonna be single till I die.
Are you in the dating, or does that die off
I
when
don't
you get
like it.
older? You don't like
don't-
dating? See, I think I would love dating.
No, because I'm 56 this
yeah,
year,
yeah.
and I just don't want that.
It wanes after 50.
Wanes. Like I don't want to do it again. I'm done. I've done it for 23 years. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to answer anybody anymore. 56. No, I'm being serious, bro.
Yeah, but you don't have. You could date, not answer anybody.
Can you?
Yeah, because you don't have to date
That's
them more
not
than
called
once.
dating.
Well, like
not called dating.
app dating.
That's
See,
not
you
no way. That's with the lunatics.
Well, I would be all over that.
No way.
Like, you can find me some crazy bitches. I'd love that. You. I would think that if you were single and with your status in the community as a former football player and media host, that you can just hop on there and be like, couple of one night stands.
I'm not saying I can't get it.
Right.
I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, boy,
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean because I'm rapidly approaching your age.
I'm
and
not
I
telling you
feel
I'm
it.
celibate. I'm not celibate.
No,
But
yeah.
I'm not trying to deal with it.
Okay, all right, I feel it.
That's
You
what
know?
Joe's doing.
Joe's celibate.
Yeah.
No, Joe's got sugar. Sorry, Joe, your mic was on.
That's all right.
Joe's got sugar pants now. Like
Yeah?
a new girl. Yeah,
That's right.
Good for him.
yeah.
Thank you, Ian.
Stay black.
Got you, baby.
Tell everybody about this event that you have.
Canadelic Summer going on at the factory in St. Petersburg, July 15th.
Okay.
I'm doing along with Creative Loafing in Canadelic, Miami. It's a cannabis and psychedelic kind of a conference.
Yeah,
There's going to be a lot of products there.
you're the most famous football player since Aaron Rodgers to be involved with this stuff.
You know what's funny? I'm probably not 50th. There's so many bigger names. Jake Plummer, Jonathan Ogden.
Oh,
There's
really?
yeah. Stepnowski, a lot of players.
Why do you think that is? As athletes and football players, is there a medicinal purpose for them physically? Like a lot of these guys in retirement age, like a Jonathan Ogden, who's played so hard so long. Is he doing this for mental reasons or for like I don't know.
Well, listen, I don't know why. You can tell me why you're smoking cannabis,
Right.
But people smoke cannabis because it makes them feel good. Okay, that's
Yeah.
why they.
Sure.
Queen Elizabeth smoked cannabis for her menstrual cramps.
Yeah.
We're just smoking cannabis.
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't matter why you're smoking cannabis. So, cannabis just has a very small list of things that can mess you up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not smoking cannabis or you don't have to smoke it, that's the thing.
It has
you can
a
ingest
small
it, you can
list-
put it in oils, you can do a lot of different things.
Things that can that can hurt you. You're saying?
Yeah, I mean,
I
this-
don't know of any. Like they always say, nobody's ever OD'd from smoking pot. Nobody's ever. I mean, obviously the smoking aspect of
Yes.
it could have some sort of effect, but even that's not nearly as prevalent as smoking
You can
cigarettes.
take too many edibles and do something stupid.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say
well,
that's
so
a
if you're
possibility.
abusing it,
Correct.
Yeah, if
but
you're
that's
abusing
anything in the world.
true.
Like say something like mushrooms. Okay, when I grew up, I thought mushrooms was like taking LSD and
Right.
But if you microdose a mushroom, all you're gonna do is walk around daytime smiling, enjoying everything, and you're not gonna be slurring. It's literally you just makes you feel good. And I know I used to be that person like read up on stuff.
We had my mom's like a funeral last weekend, and I said to my son, I was like, maybe I should take mushrooms. I should microdose before the funeral, chill me out. And he goes, no. That's what he said. He goes,
That's
"You
not a
don't
good
wanna
time
do
to
that."
start. Because emotions.
Right.
Like one of the first times I really felt the effect of it as I took a little bit and I meditated. And my whole life poured out of me.
Really?
Like I'm not a crier.
Right.
I cried for a whole hour straight.
Really?
And I had all these epiphanies and I was doing stuff and it was a different situation. Like I'm telling you right now, I'm definitely moving towards doing like an ayahuasca thing or something like that.
See, now
100%.
I mean, I almost want to do the ayahuasca because just of everybody that I heard that has done it. I can't, like, even Mike Cannon, who's done the DMT and all that stuff.
I don't want to stray. I don't want to stray everywhere.
No.
You know what
But I mean, but here's the thing that Mike Cannon said that the DMT stopped him from being an alcoholic. It changed his life. He saw it from a different perspective. I don't have the imagination to think about any of that stuff because I have no frame of reference. So to me, it blows my mind. I almost want to do the ayahuasca just so I can find out what changed Aaron Rodgers' life, what changed Robin Quivers, what changed all these people that went ahead and took a shot at doing it, and then nobody ever comes back and says it was the worst thing I ever did.
So this is what's common. What you just said is common to every single person that's done it. They said it was an experience and it changed my life for the better.
Right.
So why would anybody be upset about somebody doing that?
Yeah.
And, I think I'm a strong-minded person because I do strong-minded things. Like some people need it for depression. I'm not depressed.
Right.
Some people need it to stop drinking. I stopped drinking by stopping to drink.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know, I do things that are tough. So I just think it's gonna better you. Supposedly it rids you of your ego, and that's
I need my
that's part
ego,
of it. No, and I'm an ego-driven person
Right.
myself, but ego is positive for the most part. There's a little negativity in ego.
Oh, yeah.
That's the part you have to get rid
Okay.
of. Everybody needs an ego now. Don't get that. Don't
I
get it
can't be
twisted.
too soft.
No, hell no.
I remember when I told Bert, I don't know if I told you, but I told Bert years and years ago that I was taking Lexapro, and because he was talking about depression and being on the road and being away from his kids, and I said how it changed my life, and he was like, really? And he was, for a second, he connected so hard because he was like, I need that, I need something. But the comedians are so afraid that they're going to lose their edge.
Sure.
They don't understand. It's not a happy pill. It's not making me like, oh no, I'm in a great mood. They're afraid they're going to lose their edge from it, so that's why they don't want to do it. That's also why they all smoke pot and they do other drugs and stuff.
Well, I mean, listen, I smoke cannabis. I ingest it.
Yeah.
I drink kratom and I drink kava. Okay. They're all from the earth.
Plants, yeah.
They're all plant based.
Which is the one I had, kava?
My diet. You've had kava.
Okay.
My diet is plant based.
Oh,
And-
you're not eating meat?
No.
Ooh.
No.
Ian, the big green egg barbecue guy?
Yeah, it's been. I cut out red meat a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I cut out pork about a year ago, and I ate chicken a little bit.
You know, I'm
I
thinking
even
on
cut
the
out.
swine.
I even cut out fish.
What?
You know what my problem is? I have a lot of free time.
Yeah.
And I watch a lot of
Read,
documentaries.
yeah.
And the documentaries, if you watch them, you just want to go, love America.
So what are you going to eat today? Tell me what your dinner will be today.
My dinner today,
Like, give me an idea, or tell me what you ate last night.
I might just eat some rice and some mushrooms and some vegetables. I eat potatoes, oatmeal, grains, fruit. You know?
Are you going to get fat because you're eating all the carbs?
I'm not eating anything processed that I said yet.
No.
Carbs are good for you.
Yeah.
Processed carbs are bad for you.
Okay.
Potatoes
All right.
are good for you. Not at McDonald's where they inject it with 15 things.
Right.
Go to somewhere, you're supposed to get organic, but I ain't going to pay for that. Get some potatoes, cut them up, and cook them. You can even put some oil and whatever on them.
Right.
That's not bad for you.
Okay.
Okay? Rice is not bad for you.
Right.
Asians aren't fat. They eat the hell out some rice.
No,
but
that's
they don't
true.
eat 40-ounce steaks. They eat a little piece of meat.
Yeah.
Or some fish.
Yeah.
We've been brainwashed. This is how we've been brainwashed. You got to eat 3 square meals. You ever hear anybody talk about fasting? Fasting is the best thing you could possibly do for your body.
Yeah.
If you fast for 2 days, supposedly you boost your testosterone 2,000 times.
Oh.
Now, everybody's going, screw that. Well, you won't get the benefit.
Yeah.
So, but you ever look at an old person that's real fit? They all do the same thing. They meditate. They do yoga. They do jiu-jitsu. They fast. They don't eat a lot of meat. They don't drink alcohol.
You know what else I found out is a common denominator with a lot of older people who are healthy? And you play right into this. A massage, a regular massage.
I get massage once a week, and I get stretched twice a week.
And I think the fact that you're adding that circulation to your body definitely helps
You
out.
got to move. I'd like to work out more, but my body has been through a lot. Like people say, I've had a surgery. I can't even count the surgery. I've had lots of surgeries everywhere.
Right.
So the last time I worked out with Mike and
Mike
Spanish,
Kenna,
where Mike threw up, all right? The next day, my elbow was jacked, and I couldn't straighten it for 2 weeks.
Right.
So then I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I got to figure something else out. So I worked out on Monday again. That was the next time I worked out. That was 4 months ago, probably.
Wow.
And my partner threw up. So I got to be thinking I'm working out a little different because I don't work out for 4 months, and these are people who are working out normally.
I heard you say you use those battle ropes.
This is me as an athlete. Okay, there's certain things that I'd be the last person you should pick. If somebody says we're running a mile,
Right.
I'm last.
Okay.
If you say we're pushing a sled, I'm first.
Right.
We're using battle ropes. Again, I'm first. There's certain things I'm built for.
Yeah.
So I find myself drawn to them. Certain things like we're going to jump over hurdles. I'm not the guy.
Yeah.
But explosive things, short bursts, that's been me as
What
an
about
athlete.
napping?
I'm so good
first
at that.
That comes to mind
I'm
when it
so
comes
good
to
at
napping.
that.
Yeah.
So good.
All right. So if you honestly, I feel like for me, for somebody who is a beginner but is very curious about these sort of things, these psychedelic drugs, the medicinal uses of cannabis for anxiety and those sort of things. this would probably be a good place for me to come and check out and talk
Absolutely.
and learn. You don't have to go there and do drugs. You just can go there and learn and meet all these people.
Do yourself a favor and Google or go on YouTube and pull up any kind of studies they have on mushrooms. Just watch it.
Yeah.
You'll leave and go, wow, I didn't know mushroom was that important.
Yeah.
A mushroom is important for our ecosystem.
Yeah.
And mushrooms do amazing things to you. And I'm not just talking the psychedelic ones. I'm talking about mushrooms in general.
Right.
So I try to eat a lot of mushrooms.
There is a documentary about mushrooms. I just saw it the other day.
There's a
yeah.
few, and they're amazing.
All right.
They're amazing.
I like a mushroom.
Me too.
All right, good. We get along very
I had
well.
a nice portobello yesterday. It was delicious.
Yeah, the idea that you're not eating meat is blowing my mind. You're the
know.
guy that make the best burnt ends I ever
I
had.
know. And you're talking about ribeyes?
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't eat ribeyes anymore, but I don't know if anybody could catch up to me. I've eaten so much ribeyes.
Really?
That used to be my cut. That was my cut.
Here's how you know when you get a good ribeye, and thank you again to Grill and Provisions and the Brisket Shop, because if you can cook it with barely anything, any effort, and hardly any seasoning, and it still is delicious. Oh, that's when you know you got a good piece of meat.
And then I got introduced to sous videing meat.
Yeah.
And I sous vide a ribeye.
Yep.
And I slap it. It's gorgeous.
When I get a brisket from Prime Butcher or the Brisket Shop, you cannot go back to anywhere else
Facts.
and get a sub. Costco has some good meat, but you cannot go to one of those places and then go back to Costco afterwards, because you taste the difference immediately. And again, I'm not knocking it. There's some good quality meat there, but once you've had the really good stuff, it's a different animal.
I think it's
Literally.
like that in anything in the world. Okay, like for instance, I went to get some granite one time. Okay?
Right.
I'm like, this is granite, it's nice. And they're like, then you look over there and you go, what is that? So once you see that, this granite looks like crap. Okay,
This is true.
So the steak is still good, but once you get top-notch Wagyu or whatever that top-notch stuff,
Right.
like when I get fish, I go to Icy Sharks.
Yeah.
Why? Because they have whole fish sitting there.
Yeah.
So when you fish from other places, I don't want to bring anybody up.
Yeah.
A lot of times their fish, say salmon.
Yeah.
They didn't catch it here.
No.
They got to do stuff to
they
it.
painted it.
They got to do stuff to
Yeah.
it to make it last.
Yeah.
And therefore they're taking away all the nutritional value out of it, unfortunately.
You buy some of that salmon, and it says right on the label, painted, dyed.
Facts.
Yeah.
It gets Americanized.
Right, yeah.
Everything gets Americanized because it's all eyes and
All right, easy Canadian before you start there.
I'm American, by the way.
Victor Garber. Victor Garber, is he black, Canadian, or both?
I don't know a black Victor. No, that's not true. Garber does not seem, I will say he's white, but he's Canadian.
You nailed that. Victor Garber is a white Canadian actor, and you do know him if you saw him. He's been in a lot of movies. Yeah.
Garber's not a black name.
Not
and Victor's not an overly black name either.
At the factory, what is it? July what?
July 15th, and you can go to CanadelicsSummer.com. That's CANNDELIC summer.com. And tickets are reasonably priced. And I was trying to get Ric Flair to sit down with me and do my podcast. You ever meet Ric Flair?
I did, yes.
I think he's a beautiful man.
Listen, here's the thing. I don't really know Ric Flair. We've had him on the show a couple of times, and he is, he's a legend, okay?
Yeah.
But one of the things about Ric Flair that I love is following him on Instagram and seeing this is a guy who's worked his ass off in the beginning of his life, lived through a lot of painful situations, and is loving the twilight of his life right now. He's singing karaoke. He's dancing. He's popping in at parties. He's doing little shuffles on stage. There's nothing probably in Ric Flair's life right now that's bad. He's probably like, hey, I've done it all. I'm just enjoying these last couple of years.
And when you meet him,
Yeah.
I've met some people and wouldn't urinate on them if they were. I mean, it's really. I've met some very high up people. I'm
Sure.
like, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Ric Flair is such an inviting person
Yeah.
to everybody around him all the time. That's hard to do. That's hard to do.
Yeah. He definitely. I mean, anytime anybody has a sound associated with them, like when you go to if you're Norm and you go to any. If you hear that bell ring, like Taco Bell, show Ric Flair's face at any event in the world, a political rally, a hockey game, you're getting 10,000 people screaming "woo," whether they watch him wrestle or not.
Sure.
They're yelling "woo."
You know, he just got exposed to cannabis.
Oh, really?
And he has his own cannabis line in Move.
The Woo line?
He has, I don't think it's called Woo, but he has his name. I think it's called Ric Flair Drip.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard that song.
And he's hanging out with Mike Tyson, smoking weed and hanging out with the fellas. And
Mike Tyson's a perfect example of why how weed could help people. That kid was nuts.
you ever see Mike on like different podcasts?
Yeah.
He ingests lots of mushrooms
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah,
and he's just sitting there sweating. That's the one thing about mushrooms that will make you sweat.
Make you sweat?
Yeah,
or maybe I could use it a little bit.
well,
So,
you know.
listen, it is always a pleasure having you here. Thank you for playing Black Canadian or both.
My pleasure.
And you're welcome anytime. We must take a break, though, because we have to make room for a white American lawyer named Dominic Ferriello, who's going to be here to take your legal calls when we come back. So get it on the phone line, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Ask the Dom is next on 1025 The Bone. Hi, Dom. How are you, buddy? Good. How was court today? Oh. Okay. All right. I think positive. Good things will happen. Dom, before we get to take the phone calls, and again, get on the phone lines now if you want to talk to Dom. We discussed very early on the show this morning this case in New York City where this Marine was intervening to what I assume he thought that this guy was going to be a danger because the guy said that he was going to commit a crime and go back to jail. He was willing to hurt somebody. The Marine steps in, chokes the guy out. The guy dies, and now he's being arraigned this morning. My question for you is, Gio and I began discussing it. When is it okay to defend yourself physically? Let's say in the state of Florida, if I'm on the train and this guy's yelling at me that he wants to kill me or cause me harm, at what point am I allowed to get up and defend myself? So let me ask you, if you don't mind. The guy on the train was a former, guy who had been arrested a bunch of times. He was a former convict. He was a mental patient, and he was screaming that he was willing to hurt somebody to go back to jail. So do we consider that, screaming on a subway saying he's going to hurt somebody? Do we consider that, knowing his intention that he's the aggressor and that there is impending doom? Right. Sure.
But my argument was that the man that died, he didn't have a weapon and he didn't put his hands on it. He didn't touch anybody physically. It was the Marine that came up behind him and tried to take,
And my argument was the Marine felt he should do that like Dom said, to protect himself and others, because this guy was making the statement boldly that he was going to hurt someone and that he was. Yeah. Right. It was, yeah.
The fact that this guy that died, by all accounts, was not a good person, is that irrelevant, or does that play a pass at all? Because the Marine didn't know that beforehand, that this guy was crazy or had punched a woman in the face a week prior and was like a horrible
But
if
you're on the subway screaming that you want to hurt somebody and go back to jail, I think it's easy to assume that this person is dangerous and crazy. Right. So at what point in Florida is it a crime? What do I have to say verbally before it becomes a crime? Like if I say to Gio, I'm gonna kill you, or I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm coming over there and I'm gonna punch your face in. At what point does that become a crime, even before the physical activity?
If I'm yelling at Mike that I'm gonna kill you, I don't care if I go back to jail, I'm gonna kick your ass, and Galvin comes up behind me and puts me in a chokehold and takes me to the ground and I die, who's at fault?
Mm-hmm.
Not just verbal.
Tom, you got to help me out. I can't go to jail. I'm sorry I killed Gio, but he was going towards Mike.
Thank you. Yeah, but you know what? I look back at it and go, oh, well, I'd rather have been safe than sorry. I don't want to be like, hey, he might just be crazy, and the next thing he punches my daughter.
Also, in that scenario that Gio gave you, what if Gio is going towards Mike with his fist in the air? Doesn't touch him yet, but I come up behind him and choke him. Okay, so that's different. Okay. Well, he hasn't touched him, but even if he's going towards him and has no physical contact. Ah, there you go. There you go. Sorry, Gio. I'm choking you out. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, it does make sense. I'm not taking any chances. I'm just whooping everybody's ass. Let's see what happens. All right, let's get to these phone calls. Let's go. First up is Brandon. Hey, Brandon. Good morning. You're on Acid Dom. What do you got, Brandon?
Guilty.
Yeah. Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you swallow your phone? What did you do? We can't hear you anymore. Don't move. No. There you go. Right there. It's a lawyer.
Not a real lawyer.
Sledgehammer knows.
No. Clearly, I have patience to still sit through this call. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Jesus Christ. Let's go to Steve. Steve, good morning. You're on Ask Dom. What do you got, Steve? Yeah, buddy. Congratulations. Mm.
Mm-mm.
Also different from browning you off, which
Yes.
we learned this week.
Yeah.
Good morning, you're on Ask Dom. Who's this? Good, Roger. What do you got? That's it. Rule of chain. How much time do we have left? Okay, go ahead. Hello, caller, you're live. All right, Bobby K, go ahead with Ask the Dom. Uh-huh. Ooh, can I chime in on this? Dom? Also, if you have a friend, let's say, that knows that you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning but texts you at 10 o'clock at night, can he also be held accountable for being a crappy friend?
Countersuit.
I don't. This is the. This, that guy would be a jerk. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll let you guys discuss this on office hours.
Conflict of interest,
yeah,
I believe.
I gotta go. I text you back, by the way. Serve me some fries. Doesn't ring a bell. Doesn't ring a bell. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bob, for calling the show. What a jerk. What a number one friend jerk he is. Dom, thank you for your tutelage today. What about tonight? Are you in tonight? There,
crazy. Crazy.
All right. Thank you to Ian Beckles for stopping by. Tomorrow is Thursday. We'll do the open letter rewind in the morning. Anything else I need to know about tomorrow?
That's
Great. It. Have a great day. We will see you guys. Check us out on Instagram at the Mike Calta Show for a wonderful picture and reminder of why Tom Brady hates Gio. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Goodbye.